My. We have Marcellus in the building. My. Hey, Freya, what's going on?
Did you watch my whole video? Did you listen to what I said? Did you
I
listen
did
to my
watch it.
video?
I watched it like 3 times.
Okay, I know what you're saying is correct, but there is a reason why I did not say certain things. Because number one, certain things are illegal and certain things you cannot do a certain way. And if you do a thing a certain way, then there will be consequences and repercussions for what you do. That's why I did not say anything about the dissolving of the other corporation and all of the things that have been said out in the public thus far. The reason why I did not say those things is because there are other things behind the scenes that are being worked on to handle those situations. That's why I didn't say nothing. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? Do you understand what I'm saying? You got me? You feel me?
No, I don't. But
Okay. Well, let me explain to you this
definitely.
way. No. Let me explain to you real talk. If you come out in the public and you say you're dissolving a corporation, right? There has to be a complete dissolving of that. Well, let me just tell you this because I don't know if you know this or not either. Larry just went live last night and said too much stuff that he had no business saying. And I was in the private live, and there's a lot of information and a lot of misinformation going on. Let me just say this. You have to dissolve the complete corporation. There are certain things that are tied to that corporation that he has to completely dissolve in order to say that the corporation is dissolved. He admitted last night that the loan company went after all of his money. They froze his PayPal, they froze his Venmo, they froze all of his other things in order for them to try to recoup all of their money. But he's still claiming that he's going to, dissolve the company eventually, all while saying his lawyers are going to fight this company from trying to get their money back. So there are certain things that he's saying and certain things that he has now said on video that are not legal, and they're things that he is putting out in the public space that is just not correct or accurate. And there are other people that are going to handle these things and deal with them behind the scenes. I don't necessarily say everything, but you done let the cat out the bag now. So what else about only thing I can say at this point is, hey sir, do you, because you're doing what your job, and your job is to do what you're doing. So hey, hats off to you. Oh Lord.
Um, yeah, I'm still a little lost. So, do you have any receipts that show that his business has been dissolved? Because
No.
per the contract that he signed with Funding Futures LLC, he can't dissolve that business without their permission, and that's part of the reason he's being sued because he already breached the contract. That would be a further breach of the
Well,
contract.
he breached the contract when he didn't pay them their money.
Yes,
He breached the contract when he told the
shut
bank.
down the bank or however
Yes,
to get that.
exactly.
Yeah.
That was a breach of contract.
Mhm.
But the whole dissolving of the corporation is to give the illusion that there are certain things that are taking place that have not taken place. He came out in the public and told everybody, "Oh, we're dissolving, or we've dissolved the MBN network, and there's a new MBN network, and they've hired me on as the face of the network." And I showed you guys who the new face of that particular network was, all while saying that he's dissolving the other corporation. But there's some other stuff to this that I don't want to say on here. That's why I said you better be glad I didn't have your number, because I would have called you and just told you, and that way I could have just told you and you just could have kept quiet. Because every time we come out here and we give this man a little piece of information, he runs to go try to fix stuff before we can handle stuff. So there's a reason why I didn't say what I said. So I know what you're saying is accurate and what you're saying is true. You're smart, you're on it, you know exactly what you're talking about. But I will put my other phone number in this private chat for you, and you can call me. But
I'll
you
call you.
but just limit some of the stuff that you say, because we've helped him too many times fix stuff because he don't know what he's doing, and because we're smarter than him, but he keeps calling everybody stupid and dumb. A lot of us will come out here and we give him too much information, and then he goes back and he fixes the stuff before the stuff gets to crash and burn and hit him
Read
upside of
the
the head.
lawsuit in its entirety, like all the pages and stuff.
I have it all. I have it all.
Yeah. So did you see how like when he does certain stuff, he ends up owing them more money?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
if he
Oh yeah.
does dissolve the business, like it's going to cost him more money because he changed the bank. There is a fine imposed. So whatever they
Yes.
catch him doing, there's going
Mhm.
to be an additional cost associated to it.
Okay.
Right now, he owes them more than he even borrowed.
Okay. I'm gonna
Because
share.
well,
When
he
you
always owed them more. It was a terrible loan to begin with. He was going to owe what was it 39%, and he had to
yeah,
pay 42,000 on top of the $100,000 he borrowed.
yeah, he's made a lot of errors, and I'm gonna tell you like this. I'm gonna put my number in your chat for you. I will share some information to you and for you, and we can talk about that. You can continue your show because I ain't trying to stop you.
I'm
Yeah, you
actually
the
going to
man.
restart it when
You the man. You the man. Only thing I'm gonna tell you is this: there's another element to this that you don't know that I want to give to you, so you'll have all of the pieces, and it'll make a little bit more sense because I know what I'm saying right now sounds a little bit crazy, right? But there's a reason why I didn't say all of the things that I said. Oh, I choose my words carefully, you all. You're on it though. You got it. You done helped your audience figure it out. He didn't dissolve the other corporation while telling the other people he did. And that corporation is not dissolved. But
he
he
told him
said,
that he dissolved it.
yeah, he said he was dissolving, that it was being dissolved.
Is he saying this stuff on his platform?
He said it, no, not on his platform. He told it on that other person's
Because you
platform.
know that Larry is a liar.
I know. You know who you talk to. You know I know.
So I'm sticking to the. I like this. What I hear what you're saying. Like it sounds like some of
Mhm.
the stuff that you're saying is you heard this from Larry. I'm just going strictly off of what is being alleged in the lawsuit.
But let me explain something to you. No one knew that Larry was being sued until Larry opened up his mouth. And then I went and pulled all the documents and I put them on my platform. I showed you all that Larry was being sued, what he was being
Correct.
sued for exactly. So there's another piece to this that you maybe didn't hear last night because there was a private live that Larry did with his dumb self, but it was supposed to be a members only, but he made it he did something else and the video was open to the rest of us. So I'm sitting in there watching along with a lot of other people that was sitting in there watching. And there were so many admissions made in this video. I'm like, oh, that's illegal. That's illegal. Oh, and so you saying this out loud and you don't think that people are going to move in a certain way? Okay, Larry. Okay, so okay, you just keep on talking. I love when Larry talks. But see, I'm not the kind of person that
Yeah, because
I'm not
after watching your video, I started going to do my own research. Like
it,
I was like, oh wait, hold on, let me go see for myself. Because you showed like a piece, and I was like,
right.
oh well, let me go read. I want, I like to read
that
some.
that was by design. I didn't go into the total thing for a reason. And that was by design because I'm not one of those vloggers that I've learned over the years, and you got to learn this too when it comes to Larry. If we give him too much information, he will go and fix and change what you say because you're going to educate him because he tells everybody that he's so super smart. But what you are about to do is to give him an education. And what he will do is he will run and take the information that you give me because trust me, he's watching and listening to all these videos and he will say, oh my God, I got to go fix that. And the next thing you know, he done fix what was going to get him caught up in the noose. And now it's going to take us even longer to tighten the noose around his neck. And
Because I'm sure he didn't read the contract. He doesn't read. I'm sure he didn't read the contract. I'm positive he didn't read. He needed the money so bad, he just signed it. You could tell by the signature. He was just like,
well, let me give you the other piece that he said last night on this private live. Father and the God. Well, another King Payne exclusive.
"Block
so
it."
so here's the
Double
thing.
exclusives.
So last night he said Vincent was the one that taught him how to get these payday loans, right? So he said he didn't know anything about these loans, that the way he found out about these loans was Vincent. But here's the thing. I had already talked to Vincent. Vincent told me, he said, well, Marcellus, I was brought on, or that was a part of my job. My job was to secure these loans. And the deal was the more loans I was able to get, then Larry would give me, I think it's 9% or 10% of every loan that he got. So a part of Larry's business model was to keep getting these loans. So when he says this stupid stuff about, oh, we were making so much money and blah, blah, Larry's just lying. He's just lying. It's just flat out lies. I said, Vincent, for real? He was like, yeah. He said that was part of my job. That's how I got paid. I got paid by getting the loans, and once I secured the loans, Larry would give me 9 or 10% of the loans that I got. So that's how Vincent made his money, and Larry was able to keep. So just imagine if your job is to secure a loan for your boss and continue to secure loans, you're going to do nothing but continue to go seek after loans in order for you to make your little 5 or 10%. So if I can get $100,000 and you give me 10% of that $100,000, you feel what I'm saying? I'm going after as many loans as I can. And that's how this fool has been operating this entire time. But he's telling the public all of this bull jive, you know. But that's why I said, sir, there's a lot more. That's why I say you and I have to talk. I'm going to
Yeah,
put
and
my phone
Larry
number.
has been talking about his plan to leave America for some time now. What he's doing, according to Larry, if you want to go by Larry's own words, is he's trying to get as much money as he can from the banks, family, friends, selling property. He just had that yard sale or whatever, and he's trying to, go to
Mm.
Africa and, start over.
Well, I mean, he can run, but he can't
And
hide.
apparently, Bishop Bernard and Manasseh have been trying to tell us this the whole time. If you go back and listen to their commentary, they kept bringing up Dubai. They kept bringing up how they told Larry Reid that this was a bad business move. This was a bad investment. That's why they didn't want to give him the money. That's why Larry's mad at them, because he wants to leave and go to Dubai. He got all these loans that he can't pay. The people are starting to catch on. They're about to sue him. Well, he's already getting sued. He's trying to sell off his furniture because he has no assets and
Mm.
go to Dubai. And, he asked for a loan from them and they wouldn't give it to him.
Well, there's a lot of moving pieces to this. The only thing that I'm going to tell you is this: you're on it. You're on your job. You are correct, sir. They've taken some shots at Larry that they shouldn't have taken. That whole LRL system thing that they were doing. They were just doing a little petty stuff. But then Larry just came out here and just wanted to like lambaste these people. And I don't get it. I don't understand why that is. But you're
I
correct.
think that they were combating Larry's lies with the truth. Like if you go back and you look, like I went back and I had to listen because
Mm,
I'm the type of person I like to investigate. Now that there's receipts, it's like, okay, they were saying this, they knew all about this, but they just didn't have the receipts. Well, they probably had the receipts, but they're not content creators. So Bernard, he talks very slow, and Manasseh is very catty, and it just, sometimes I don't feel like the the message comes across like how you
right.
did. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
How we do. But yeah, if you go back and listen to, they've been talking about this lawsuit from the very beginning. They've been telling us that he's been taking out these payday loans from the very beginning. And Larry Reid, that's part of the reason he got mad. He said he didn't know nothing about no payday loan.
Well, he does that every time, and that's why I said, Larry, we'll have to. Larry will lie and say he don't know nothing about it. Then when we come out and prove to the people that he does know something
He
about it,
also said he didn't know Levante.
right? Exactly. Then he comes back and then he says, "Oh yeah, now I remember." It's like, dude, you're just lying, and he does that for his audience. But in a minute, he's gonna be hogtied, and there's no way he's gonna be able to lie. So, he can keep up what he's doing, but he in a minute he gonna be straight up hogtied, and the whole world is gonna see him hogtied, and then I want to see what he say then. That's what I want to see. I'm waiting
And
because
don't you think it's ironic how Bishop Lamar Whitehead was trying to tell us about Larry back in the day and
right.
how he's the one that ended up in the feds?
Right, well, oh God. All I say is this. Larry doesn't at that particular time, and this is what I'm learning. I'm learning so much stuff. Larry didn't want anybody near Bernard Jordan. Larry is very territorial when it comes to the men in his life. Okay, he's very territorial. And so what ends up happening is Larry's going to do whatever he can to get rid of those men that are getting next to his man or whatever he deems to feel is his man. He's going to remove those people. And so in my opinion, because Larry said that the feds called him, I'm going to tell you right now, the feds don't call nobody.
Okay.
They don't call
Larry
you until
called the feds. Bishop called me on the phone and told me that Larry is the one who set him up.
right. Listen here. I'm gonna just tell you like this. uh Brian Karn did not know the DOJ was coming to get him until they came and got him. You understand what I'm saying? The Department of Justice, the feds don't call you until they coming to get you. It's just that simple. So they'll give you, they'll give you some different avenues to fix some things. But I believe personally, my personal opinion is that Larry called the feds on Lamar Whitehead. I believe that
But
Larry, yeah,
Lamar Whitehead told me out of his own
yeah,
mouth.
yeah.
I put him and Lester Peltier on the phone together, and he said that Larry called the feds on him.
And I believe that. I believe that. I'm going to be honest with you. I believe that. I 1,100% believe Lamar Whitehead.
And Lester said that Larry has Lamar Whitehead's name written in black sand on his mantle at his house.
Well, yeah, because Larry's into the hoodoo and the voodoo. Even William McRae said that. It's just is he's got all this kind of stuff that he's doing, and he even tried to do that mess to Daryl Moore. Writing people's name in black sand and burying it and all of this voodoo crap. But like I tell everybody, you can't hoodoo what God has already fixed. You're covered. You belong to God. You belong to the King. The King has got your days, and it don't matter who's trying to hoodoo or voodoo you. You're safe. And so all of that crap that Larry does is just what he does. But you're correct, and that's why I like good content creators like you, first of all, because I know you're gonna do your research, and I probably need to get into a group chat with you so that I can share stuff with you before you say what you say, because you just give them, because that little slithering snake, I ain't lying, he listens and then he'll mess around, and next thing you know, this thing will be fixed, and we'd be like, damn, we almost had it. He's like Wile E. Coyote.
Yeah, that's what I said. I didn't know if it was like intentional or if it was like an oversight. I was like, maybe
No,
he did it because he wanted to add some,
no, this is what I do for a living. I know what I'm doing. So the mere fact that I didn't tell you all was on purpose. And I know there are other good content creators who are gonna come out here and do it. That's why I was like, damn, he got it.
It was close.
You know,
I was looking at it today and I was like, well, I said, this couldn't have been an oversight, in my opinion. I feel like it was intentional because all of the certifications and, stuff that's sent out, like if you read the lawsuit, all of the addresses match the NBN Corp. Like he was
right.
smelling the certifications to,
Well,
the
he said some incriminating things last night on this private live, Kingpin, that is just, if he's thinking that he's going to get away with I know what Larry's thinking he's about to do, but I'm not going to put it out here in the public, and I'm not going to say it, but
he's leaving.
He's
leaving. Playing on that midnight train to Dubai.
No,
yes, he's gone. He's gone. He's trying to go to Ghana. He said he already got properties over there. I got the receipts.
Now, wait a minute. If you know how Dubai works, you understand how they deal with Americans who purchase property in Dubai, right? You know how that's working. If you don't know, let me just simply say you cannot.
I don't know because I'm not going.
Right. As an American at this present time, you cannot own property in America. They have, in Dubai, as an American, they have a certain section of their country where they allow Americans to purchase property, but that's for a certain time limit. It has a limit to it. Okay. So it is not an indefinite property purchase. So, and there's some other things to that, but let me just ask you.
Giving him properties. He said, I like that over there. He said, you can have it. He said, I like that over there. They said, you can have it. He said he got an apartment building. He building a school. He bought a whole
the lies. The lies.
So that's why he needs that money from Bernard and them, and they better pay up because he got to go back to motherfucking Dubai and Ghana and break them off for the community that he done purchased out there for his. He about to get ready to bring all the men's out there. What is their name? Locklear, Shamako, and he got a little hut for Conscious TV and all of them. I'm like, yes. He done went there and bought them a little fucking island so they can go and get their little freak off on.
Yeah. All I'm gonna say is this. Think about this. How do you go bankrupt in America, but you're gonna live high on the hog in another country? How that's gonna work?
He said $100,000 in America is nothing but $100,000 in Africa. He said, "Bitch, you rich." You
Well,
ain't been
yeah,
watching like that. You
yeah,
ain't been
yeah,
watching like
yeah,
that.
yeah. But see, here's the thing, though. You need to have $100,000 first.
He
Larry is.
do. He just got $100,000 loan.
Well, yeah, but he just said last night, and see, this is the other thing. He said last night that all that money it was gone, and they're pretty much starting over. He's having to start over. I'm just telling you now, he lies, and we knows it. We know. But let me tell you something. This filing for bankruptcy and all of this stuff that he's doing, this stuff is about to come back and tie the noose around his neck. So he's playing a dangerous game now
Well,
because
he
he.
ain't that broke too, because so he got the $100,000 loan, and then
Mhm.
you got to think about it. He got what, three, four, maybe $5,000 from Manasseh. That's what he said. When that's a whole lot of money. Like, and it's all within a year. Like, maybe he's really been taking the money back to Dubai. He's been back and forth to Dubai.
Okay, well, hey, good luck to him in Dubai, but
But
we'll.
he's spending other people's money to finance his future in
Mm.
Africa, and that's crazy. He's a scammer. He's a con artist. You really uncovered a lot. Like, these are the receipts that proves what everyone's been saying about him the whole time. He is a con artist,
Yeah, he's broke, and let
and
me
he's
just
broke.
and he's broke.
Yes, it is.
Let me say this. He said something about me on this private live that I want to clear up for people if anybody comes by this video. He said, well, Marcellus talked about this loan document, this rejection letter, and him and Vincent, because Vincent and I was in his private live discussing something at one particular point. And then of course everybody's got spies in these private lives, right? So then he gonna say, oh well, Marcellus, I don't know what kind of loan agreement that Marcellus is referring to. Well, Larry is so nervous and scared that we're paying such a close attention to the stuff that he's doing. The loan denial letter that I received from one of the loans that he was applying for was a while ago. It wasn't the new loans that he's probably applying for. That letter was from a while ago. So he's so nervous about me investigating and being on top of this stuff that he just straight up lied on me last night. I was like, I ain't even talking about the new documents. That was old. So I was like, so why is he even bringing me up? Because I'm the research that I'm doing now has nothing to do with those old denial letters, because Larry was getting denial on top of denial on top of denial. Now, why was he being denied? Because he don't have no assets. He don't have nothing because he's broke.
Yeah, and a word on the street is he's never owned a house.
He don't own nothing.
Well, I mean, he claims he owns a building in Dubai now.
Okay, well, he can Dubai, go live in his building. Go Dubai and buy, so we don't have to deal with you, and we'll just make sure that they extradite you back when you need to face all of this other stuff.
They extradite from Dubai?
Yes.
What about Ghana?
I don't know about Ghana. I gotta well, I gotta go ask somebody about that. I have to go. I know who to ask for that one. But yeah, they might. I don't know. Oh yeah, he coming back here. Oh yes, that he is. He can run all he want to.
You think so?
Oh, I know so.
You think they're gonna go after him for these loans?
Not just these loans. He's gonna have some other stuff to answer for.
Is he any better than Lamar Jordan?
You say Lamar Jordan? Who you mean Lamar Whitehead?
Oh, Lamar Whitehead, yeah.
Listen, all of them to me is a bunch of crappy racket people. But let me just say this.
I remember when he was trying to go M for M with Lamar Whitehead,
and he couldn't. Well, see what Larry forgot. Let's keep it 100. Larry got rich during COVID. But he got the money because everybody was at home and everybody was watching YouTube and everybody was at the house, so they ain't had nothing to do but watch us, right? So we had a good time because we was a good run, and some of us still having a good run, because we were entertaining, such as yourself. We bring good information, such as myself and yourself, and so people are gonna come here for the what you guys call receipts. So people are gonna come for
speaking of good information. Speaking of juicy tea, what the fuck is going on with Joshua?
Okay, now let me tell you.
Again,
Well, out of all the stuff that I talked about on my live,
you didn't go into that real good.
He didn't talk about that last night at all. The only thing that he said was he felt like Joshua was having some mental health issues, and that he had got Joshua an apartment and he paid the rent up for a year, and so Joshua's in a. This is what he said. I'm just saying this is what he said.
And Joshua looked like that. Joshua
Now,
looks like he been on the street for a year.
but here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. And see, you doing something that I didn't want to do. I didn't want to show his mug shot. And see this, but I stepped
Grown
back.
ass man.
Wait, I
A
stepped
grown
back.
ass man. Ain't no child. That's a grown ass
It
man.
is, it is,
Okay, he
but
know better to be out here embarrassing his father. Like that's the preacher kid on top of everything.
no, but
You
here's
know?
the thing. Here's the thing. When I talked to Joshua on the phone, I understood why Josh was reacting and behaving the way that he's behaving. When a young man tells you that his father, he confronts his father and Larry about being same gender loving, and because they were picking at Josh because of his mannerisms, because how he carry himself or whatever, and they were
The
saying, "Oh,
mannerisms that he learned from them.
well, I'm just saying, but this is what they were doing. They were making fun of him, and they were, pretty much telling him all of this stuff." And
Wait,
then,
hold on 1 second. Do
mhm,
you think that they were doing to Joshua with Levante and all the other accusers that they were being done to them, like kind of like grooming? Oh, your bulge is showing. You got to wear this type of underwear. You have to, present yourself in this type of way.
I won't say yes or no. All I would say, we're talking about Larry, and a leopard doesn't change its spots. So the only thing I'll tell you is we're talking about Larry. So, but I did, when I talked to Joshua, Joshua did say that Larry used to kiss him all the time and then creeped him out, and he
Oh,
was
yeah,
always,
and he used to pat him on the butt all the time.
no,
Like I have several videos of him like sitting on Larry's lap and patting him on the butt, and
no.
the relationship was just odd. Like the gifts that he would buy him on his birthday, I'm like, who? Why would you buy him a man bag?
Yeah, but I mean, if and just imagine turning into a grown adult and you confront your father and you confront your father's best friend that you live with, all y'all in the same house. You now all of a sudden all of these rumors and stuff is out about you. So I confront you and ask you about it, and you get up all in my face and get all mean and evil, and then they physically had an altercation. And so that ended up getting Joshua put out on the street, and that's how he ended up at Conscious House, because they ended up having a whole fight about the whole situation. But Larry is, this is why I say Larry's not fair, and he always talking about he's fair and he's balanced and he's honest. You're
He
not being
ended up
honest.
where?
At Conscious House, he went over there to live at
And when
Conscious
I
House.
said that he was at Conscious House, what last year, that was the truth.
Yes, of course, because we told everybody that's where he was. You're correct. That's where he was, and it
I
was
heard
the
they was
truth.
over there living off of Lunchables. That's what I heard.
That is correct too. That is
It
that
wasn't
is
even
correct.
feeding the child with.
You're gonna get me in so much trouble from this live. Why are you?
I said it a year ago. I've been saying this stuff. Like that's what I was saying when Bernard chose to bring Jives out to his little convocation retreat, boys' day out or whatever the fuck. I was like, you really like what? And then you
Oh
want to
man,
go, but then after things don't work out, you want to say that it's mental hygiene. Like
yeah,
you,
yeah, yeah.
but
All,
it's
all,
also the same thing that he did with Larry when they fall out. He wants to bring up the fact that he's been accused of being a pedo, but
yeah. Well, I'll
don't you
just,
have known that already?
right. Well, all I'm speaking for is the stuff that I've either spoken with somebody or we got proof of what we're saying. So it is what it is. These people are just crazy. These people are crazy. That's all I'm gonna say. And you're telling the truth. The truth is the truth, and no matter what they don't have to like. Now I don't know if you know it or not, but that other content creator, Larry's friend, was over there crying today. He's been boo-hooing. He had a breakdown live. That's where I
The one
was
with the
before I
wig?
came. Yeah, he had a whole breakdown. No, well, all of them have wigs. Now, which one? The colorful wig or the one that looks like a dead white lady?
Oh,
I ain't talking about the dead white lady. I'm talking
okay,
about
okay, okay.
the other one. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's it. I actually met William in person. He's actually very cool in person.
Well,
In
well,
person, not online. I don't know YouTube shit.
but
I
you
met
sound
her.
like Daryl.
It's a digger. But when I met her in person, and I was very confused because this was at the time where her and Larry were like doing content together, and everything she said about Larry was like negative. And I was like, wait, hold on, because when I approached her, I was approaching her on some messy shit, but she was like feeding into all of the mess, and I was just like, Aren't
Well,
you and Larry friends?
let me
So
tell
I
you,
had already knew that there was going to be like some sort of
pay
something
attention.
eventually.
Keep your phone close to you because I guarantee you within the next 7 days, this spot about to be blowed up again. And I've been telling everybody because I've been trying. I know I can peg this on what's about to happen so good. And that's why I gave you my phone number. I'll talk to you some more, but I'm just asking whatever I tell you, just keep it to yourself until everything hit the fan. And then once it hit the fan, you go for broke. Just go for broke because the fan, oh, it's gonna hit the fan, and and it's gonna hit the fan because so everything that I said so far has come to pass. But you done unlocked one of the keys already. The key has been one of the keys has been unlocked, but it is what it is. But it's gonna hit the fan
Well, we
because
just gonna stick to the receipts. We're gonna read the lawsuit and stuff like that. And that was the only thing that I noticed. It was like everything else was like on point. When I was like, how you
like,
not see this win?
no,
Because
no,
all of
no.
these and the address and all of this, I was
Mm-mm.
like,
Well, I didn't want to put their address up. That's why I blacked everything out.
you
But
know what? And I realized, I said, damn, all this shit got address on. I'm gonna have to go and cut out the whole
right,
front
right.
of this video.
But if you go to if you pull up my other video, you could just put me on silent and I show you the document in the video. So and it's already got the stuff blacked out. So if you want to pull that up, you can show your community. But it's in there. And then I have two sets of documents. Well, on one document, he's got Locklear as is the new CFO, and now he got this other lady as the CFO, and I'm like, I said, okay, so this is all still in the works, like this quote
So it sounds
unquote.
like he's doing everything that he said that he wouldn't do when he signed this contract.
I don't well from the way he made it sound last night. I don't like you said. I don't think he even read it. He just wanted the money.
I remember when he was being sued. Well, when his name was in the lawsuit with TD Jakes, and he went on Pam Esquire's show, and he told Pam, he said, "If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't know anything that's going on because I didn't even read it."
Yeah, because I think first of all you have to know how to read, and then the next part about it you have to know how to comprehend. And I just really feel like Larry doesn't comprehend very well. Now last night he was chewing a bunch of gummies, so he probably gonna blame the fact that he was high on gummies.
Oh,
But I'm just gonna tell you, he made a lot of admissions and he said a lot of things last night. And I'm like, dude, that was not good what you just did. And I'm sure some people are going to put that information into the right hands, and he's going to have to, answer some questions. Now, on Monday, I'll be talking to my lawyers first. When I call my lawyers, I will speak with my lawyers about what I can do and cannot do and where information needs to go. And then after I get done talking to them, then I will move and make my next move. But all I'm
so
going to tell
how
you
y'all
is,
do it in the church sector?
huh?
Is that how y'all do it in the church sector?
Well, you have to call people because folks be trying to threaten you with attorneys and stuff. Because let me explain something to you. I didn't bring this stuff to the internet. They did. But see, they're lying and they're misleading the public and they're saying all kind of stuff that they should not be saying. And then my thing is this: the moment that you tell the people the truth, then they be like, oh, we're gonna do this and we're gonna no. I'm gonna call my lawyer on Monday. I'm gonna ask my lawyer, well, what can we do with that knowledge? And we need to put this in the hands of these people because these people need to know this information, and then we'll go from there. But I'm not going to be playing with these people when it comes to this stuff anymore because he keeps calling me a liar. He keeps saying the information I give is not accurate. Everything I pulled up on that internet for you guys saw was true. The only thing I did not pull up was the dissolving of that other corporation. But there's some other stuff to that. Now I know you're going to talk about it and you're going to probably hit on the same things that I'm thinking, and that's therefore why I'm here and be in the bushes, because I know darn well you're going to make the good points because you have you have thinking skills, and so you're gonna put it all together. You're gonna put it all together because you're already doing it now. You're already doing it now. So it is what it is. Good luck to Larry. That's all I can say. He gonna have to move faster than the road runner. That's what I know. He gonna have to move real quick.
Nah. Yeah, I mean, Larry is again broke, okay, busted and disgusted, and the receipts are in thanks to mad church disease. Yes, it did. Marcellus. of
Hey, look, you did your work too, sir. You done pull that other document now. See, I wasn't even gonna say that. And you done pulled up the other mug shot. I was like, oh, where's skirt, do. I was
I
like,
didn't
oh.
even mean to show the mugshot yet. Yeah, I was gonna show it. I'm gonna have to cut the whole beginning of the video. I'm about to start over from the top.
Because on only reason why I didn't show the mugshot, real talk, because that young man, I know he's in a vulnerable place, and that's why I said what I said to his father and Larry, and I'm still pissed about it, because I have people in my community who call me on a daily basis who are really genuinely concerned about him, and they get upset with me because I don't have details like that anymore because we lost
How
contact
can
with
they
each
be
other.
upset with him being
He is.
LGBT and they are all LGBT? Like that is crazy.
Well, I mean, when somebody has to confront you as from them being a child, now they're an adult, but they're confronting you as an adult because of all of the lies that you told them as a child. Some adults don't know how to process that, and they don't know how to be honest with their children and be honest. You know, you want to just keep hollering
You
about, well,
wanted to
you.
know if Shamarco and Latrice ever really loved each other, or if it was just some shit that Larry did.
Well, I'll just tell you what he told me on the phone. He said when we were talking about the LGBTQIA, he said my dad know what's up and my mama know what's up. They know what they was doing and they know what's up. That's what he said to me. That came out of Josh's mouth.
I mean, I got the marriage certificate when I know his stepdaddy, Lester Peltier. Okay,
Yeah, yeah,
whatever it is.
yeah, yeah. And you're right. You're right. Hey, but I think the bottom of this is about to fall out, and he better run. He
If you
better
go to
run.
his mother's Instagram, on some of her posts, she has like rainbows. And she admitted on what was it, the Larry Reid reality show that he had, that she likes women and she's been talking to women from the church. And there was something about her talking to some underage woman from the congregation, and Lisa
And
been talking to women too.
yeah.
And yeah, the woman, like Levantre said, the women talk to women and the men's talking to men, and the whole church is a cover up. That's what Levantre said, and
Yeah.
the receipts speak for themselves.
Yeah, you do good. You do good work, man. Hey, all I'm gonna say is you do good work. That's why I know you and I support you because you do good work. I ain't saying nothing else.
I mean, that's what Levantre said. If you think back what Levantre said, like it's all coming to the light now. I was like, girl,
But he didn't know
Levantre said
Levantre.
all that.
Remember? But he didn't know Levantre. He didn't have a clue who
So
Levantre
how could
was.
Levantre know all this stuff about her and about the people that he's around that are in close proximity if he's never been around them?
Listen, I got after Larry's private live last night. I had to call Vincent. I said, Vincent. I said, Larry is in here saying this, that, and the other. I said, can you explain to me what the dynamic was in you guys' home? Because the same stuff that you see Larry doing online, he's doing with these other content creators. He's pitting them against one another. He keeps them fighting. I'm like, can you explain to me the house dynamic? And so he started talking to me about his relationship with Shamako and Kendall and da da da. But all of those dudes was in that house fighting. And Larry was pitting all of these dudes against one another. Literally. And that's why Larry, like they said, he has all of this problem sleeping and crap, because when you create animosity in your home, because most of us have peace in our house, like when we lay down to sleep, we got peace. You ain't got to worry about if somebody conniving in the house or doing some old sneak stuff, because everybody in your home you can trust, right? But
Correct.
but Larry can't do that. Larry can't trust them ninjas. He don't trust them, even though he got them. And the reason why he don't trust them is because he has to control them. He has to control everybody, what they do, what they say, where they go. Every single aspect of those people's lives is under his control. It was confirmed by Vincent, and I believe that Vincent is telling the truth concerning that. I really do. And if you watch the way he moves, the reason why that other content creator is over there crying today is because of what happened last night in that private
Right.
live.
Everybody has been telling the truth, but Larry, like Vincent's allegations literally confirmed Lester's story, Levantre's story, and all the other accusers. He has the audio where Larry is saying that, he knew Levantre, and, Lester was, I mean, not Lester, Vincent was trying to tell him to stop and leave him alone. Don't sue him. And Larry was, like, I don't even, I can't even recall. I got to go back and play the audio. But then Larry also was talking about how, he was leaving his semen inside of Vincent. And Vincent was talking about how they was using, pink hair lotion as lubricant. Remember that?
I just can't. I just cannot. I just cannot. Oh, I can't.
They were together for 13 years, and then he pulled out the text messages with photos of motherfucking Lester Peltier where Larry was shopping around. Okay, he was sending pictures of Lester to other niggas like, oh, you can buy him.
Larry just admitted in the last couple of days to sleeping with Vincent. He just admitted it. He literally just admitted it, and he admitted it last night again in his live. That he admitted it. And the way you know how Larry talked. Well, yeah, I had his behind and I had his face and his mouth or whatever he said. And I was like, dude, like you just saying all of this stuff. I'm like, but the reason why he says this stuff in the private live and the reason why he doesn't address this stuff on his platform is because he wants to lie to Christian women and he wants to dip into these Christian women's pockets because he knows that Christians are going to feel a certain type of way. A lot of them do about LGBTQIA people. They haven't moved on. Some of them just want to focus in on that and they just haven't moved on. And that's one of the reasons why Larry doesn't address these issues on his platform because he knows the moment he addresses that on his platform, that money is really going to dry up. The saints of God is like, I'm out of here. That's why he doesn't do it, you all. That's why he doesn't do it.
That is terrible. I mean, poor Lisa and the kids, like Bernard said, those kids deserve, a father.
Well, I mean, they got what? Well, you ain't gonna get me on no trouble.
I mean, even Joshua, if you think about it, they felt all the kids. Like, how come there is none of their kids are thriving?
Well, see, that's the thing. But you asking for people's money, talking about you trying to build people and speak into people's lives, but the people in your house is floundering. That's what I said on my live. I'm like, why you guys can't help Joshua to become a stable young man and a stable person? Then he gonna say in the live last night, well, I just think Joshua had a mental breakdown or he had some kind of, well, nigga, you'll have a mental breakdown too if somebody's been lying to you your whole life and then be claiming that they love you and care for you. And then when you grow up, you realize that the person is doing the exact same thing. Bro, are you serious? Are you serious? Now listen, I'm being honest. Now see, this is when I'm gonna have to stop talking about this, talking about triggered. First of all, this is my life's work. My life's work is ministry, right? What my goal is to help people. That's all I've ever done my whole life. Understand? I work at a nonprofit. It's very easy to figure out who I am when you Google my daggum name. Oh, and what boards I sit on and the people I work with. Let me tell you something. I don't like this, and I don't like the fact that they treat that young man, in my opinion, the way that they treat him. And why Shamako traveling all over the world while his son's sitting in jail? Your son's sitting in jail, and you hanging around Larry. That kind of stuff.
It costs more than $100 to get him out of jail for jaywalking. Like, are you serious?
But that's the other thing. I felt like, okay, well, maybe he did something because normally they don't arrest you for the jaywalking unless like you get belligerent. So I'm thinking that maybe because if you take a look at that picture that you saw, he looked like he had color.
Something about like resistant arrest. Maybe he was under the influence.
He was. He's probably drunk.
Yeah, I mean,
well, yeah, but you out in public, you drunk, you know how he's probably talking junk. Because one thing about him that I've seen, Josh got a mouth on him. So Josh was probably like cussing these people out. I was like, oh man.
It says willful obstruction of a law enforcement officer. So yeah, he was like resisting arrest or something. He was resisting arrest, pedestrian crossing. Yeah, he was like under influence, and when they tried to stop him, he was like, I'm Larry Reid's nephew. And they took his ass to jail.
They were like, Larry who? They was probably like, Larry who?
Larry who? Break your ass off.
I ain't lying. That's funny, but that's so true. You're actually You're so damn accurate, but that's so true. Because I bet you anything that's exactly what happened. But Shamako traveling behind Larry. You traveling with Larry in Dubai. You going all these places while your son is having a mental health crisis, but you want to win the world for Jesus and y'all want to prophesy to everybody. Come on, bro. Not in my world, because I'm gonna call you out on the carpet every chance I get. No, ministry first starts at your house. You ought to love the people that are in your home. You know, and the scripture even says we're not fit to talk about the house of God if we can't run our house as well. Run your house, nigga. If this is your son and your son is having a mental health crisis, you need to be concerned about your child before you concerned about everybody else's child and the world's children. Your son got a whole mental health crisis. Come on, bro.
It seems like, I mean, if Joshua is suffering from mental health, all of the young men that came out of the Reid gate have mental health issues. Have you
Woo.
kept up
Some
with any of the young men who
no, no.
they were raised by Shamarco and Larry?
No, I'm sure Daryl might have. Me, I can't mentally because of the nature of the work that I do. I just can't because I'm dealing with this on such a consistent basis, and I know my sister says I'm an empath, and so when I get to these subject matters emotionally, I tend to take on others' emotions, and so I be ready to whoop somebody's tail. You understand what I'm saying? Because you're not going to continue this kind of stuff and be talking about you love Jesus and your son is all messed up and he out here in the street looking away and with a whole mug shot, but you sitting online smiling and kikiing and talking about you need to give $8.88 to this MBN network, and so we can do this in Ghana and we can do this in Dubai. Do it in your house first.
Mm-hmm. Do you know there was 3 young men who were left in Shamarco's care? 2 of them grew up to be homosexual, and the eldest grew up to be one of Larry Reid's accusers. And he came on my platform and alleged that Larry Reid had groomed him. Did you see that interview?
I've seen all your interviews. Oh yeah, I've seen all your interviews. I'm listen.
Yeah,
I ain't new to this. I'm true to it. I've seen your
yeah.
stuff. Yeah,
I was like, that's crazy.
yeah. I'm subscribed to the Kingpin.
And I asked him when he was on the show, I said, do you think that, your brothers were touched as well? And that really broke him down. He was upset about it because he was like, well, shit.
You never know.
And maybe that has something to do with the way that they grew up.
Yeah, you never know. But I believe it was a culture. It was a predatory culture, in my opinion. From all of the church members to the young men, the whole culture of how he did church was predatory. Larry admitted on the video last night that he had 29 people that lived in one house, and then they had another house where they had I forgot how many people, like 33 people or something. He said 33 people living in one house. Could you imagine? And I'm sitting here trying to figure out in my mind, I'm like, do you know how many times the toilet would flush and how many times the sink would come on and the refrigerator door would open? Like, think about the mentality of a person who would try to hoard 33 people in the house, trying to control them. Now, he says it's because everybody else was broke. But when I talked to Levantre said, Marcellus, they were using our names and putting stuff in our name because their credit was all messed up. And I said, and when you go do your homework, which I know you will do, you will find that filing for bankruptcy around there is a common practice. This is nothing new to them. They file bankruptcy all the time.
What alarmed me the most is how, Larry Reid admitted that he would have the little boys come to his room alone and give him massages.
Insanity. That's just insanity to me.
And nobody, he's had this whole congregation there. This was like a private live, and nobody batted an eye. Because Lisa was saying that, Larry was never with the kids alone. He was never with the kids alone.
That's her heart.
Larry was like, oh, well, except for when they would come to my room and give me massages. And everybody was like,
bless her heart. Well, then I remember I heard of another private live of Larry's where Lisa and them, they did that thing once Tasha K did that interview. and they were in the private live crying, and he gonna tell Lisa, say, well, I don't know why they saying all of that, because none of them kids ever came to our room, and I had left for a year to go in the army, because she was in the military. And I'm sitting here saying to myself, lady, you just admitted you were gone for a year, so you don't know what happened. So why you sitting up talking about you know what didn't happen or what did happen? You wasn't even there, so you can't even, you know what I'm saying? And then, right, because he always interrupted her during that live. You're right, whoever that person was in that
Mhm.
comment, because that's
And
true.
then he had her catching the bus to work.
Yeah, well, Larry don't care nothing about no Lisa. He don't care nothing about no
I feel like
Larry.
that
Don't
was intentional so that he can like time her and figure out like,
pretty
oh,
much.
yeah,
I
this
bet
is
you.
time to get home, so we got to
Pretty
start
much.
getting freaky at about 6:30.
Look, player. Look, he had to clock it, right? He had to know what time she was coming in and
Hmm.
what time she was leaving.
Hmm. There's
That
no
is
way. I
hilarious.
feel like Lisa absolutely knew. How could she not know about Vincent? And Vincent and Larry were having a sexual relationship for 13 years. That's crazy.
Well, keep in mind she was gone a lot. She was gone a lot, but do I believe she knew? Yes, I believe she knew as well. And you got to keep in mind this is also a woman who is same gender loving. When she left Larry, she went and married a woman, right? So if you look at all of the people surrounding this, Larry, same gender loving, Shamako, same gender loving, Kendall, same gender loving, Josh's mother, I can't remember her name right now. You know what I'm
Great.
talking. Latrice, same gender loving. You can't name one person over there that's not same gender loving. Every single one of them. Now, I understand a lot of people are fluid in their sexuality. I'm like, okay, whatever, but it's like, don't be, if you knew if you're going to raise children in a house, and I hate to go back to this, you know what you're doing. Now, you're supposed to be trying to protect the children so that they can make their own life choices and decisions. But at least you shouldn't be picking on the child and making fun of a child if you see a child's mannerisms and certain things a certain way. And then when they confront you, when you finally admit to who you are, and then you treat the person poorly and then put them out of the house with a plastic bag with a few of their items in a plastic bag, and you want to travel all over the world with your lover, because you're going all over the world, Dubai, and because you're not concerned about your kid, you just concerned about whatever else. And that's just my opinion, and
You
you don't
know,
like it.
Larry Reid preys on vulnerable people, like people who struggle with Christianity and their sexuality. It seems like because Lester said that Larry would tell him that God is okay with him, having sex with Larry.
Well, I do think he preys on vulnerable people, but I think Larry is such a narcissist. Larry is not used to anybody who will speak back to him. When a grown up talks to Larry, Larry can't take it. He's used to people who just say, "Oh, you're so great, Larry. You're so wonderful." You can't correct him, Larry. That was dumb. What you just said was not right. He's not used to that. Larry's not used to somebody coming back and saying, "No, I'm not going to take what you're saying," because Larry needs somebody to feed his narcissistic supply. You have to feed Larry's narcissism in order for Larry to even exist. Larry cannot exist outside of somebody feeding his supply, his narcissistic supply. It's like a feeding tube. Larry needs somebody to feed his narcissism. You have to tell him how great he is. You have to tell him how wonderful, how smart he is. You got to tell him how, nobody could build this ministry the way you build this ministry. He said some stuff last night. I swear to God, this is real true. He said last night, this real talk. He said, these people on the internet, they've never built anything. They've never built a ministry or built anything like I've built. And I'm sitting here saying to myself, Ninja, you don't know what any of us have built. You King Payne, our business owner. You understand what I'm saying? He doesn't know what you've built. He just runs off at the mouth. I'm just sitting here, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, dude, you don't know what we've built. But to hear him say these types of things, I'm like, bro, you are way out of line. You way out of line.
I think that Larry Reid again is preparing to flee. Now, if you've been following Larry or if you've done the research, this is a repeated pattern for him. Think about it, okay? When his ministry didn't work out in North Carolina, what did he do?
Oh yeah, he ran.
Filed for bankruptcy, went to
Uh-huh.
Atlanta. When the ministry didn't work out in Atlanta, what did he do? Dissolve the ministry, start a nonprofit. The ministry is not working out there now. He owes all of this money. What is he trying to do?
Well, I'm gonna say
Trying
that.
to dissolve everything and
Hmm.
flee to
Hmm.
devise or Ghana.
Well, it's kind of hard to file Chapter 13 and dissolve something when you have creditors and debtors, and you're trying to say you don't have any money, and you're going to set up everything in another corporation, and then some people are going to have to answer some questions as to where. Let me hush, because now you got me talking. Let me hush. I'm gonna hush. I'm gonna stop talking right now.
Larry don't care about none of that. He got all that money in a shoebox and he's on his
Okay.
way. He's
Okay.
actually because
Bye.
you only can take so much at a time, cash. So that's probably why he be going back and forth. So he can just
Okay, shoebox. And who
he's
taught him how to
dropping
do
it off.
that?
He's
Who
dropping.
taught who taught him how to go to Africa and put money in Africa? I wonder where he learned that from.
He took that out of the Tasha K playbook. Okay.
Oh, okay. 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 I'm just saying. Oh, but they taught each other a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? And that's why when he tries to discredit Tasha K and talk poorly about her, it really kind of irritates me, because I'm like, wait a minute, dude. She taught you some things. Because if you want to know the truth, he never got to over 100,000 subscribers until he met Tasha K.
Oh,
Tasha K was the one that helped him get all those subscribers. He didn't get them subscribers just because he's Larry Reid. When nobody subscribed to Larry, that was all because of Tasha K.
my, my, my. My. It's just crazy how times have changed. Larry went from being on top, renting that big old mansion to staying in some studio apartment. It's crazy.
Yeah. Well, good luck to Larry. That's
He
all I.
says that he's right sizing. It's not called downsizing, it's right sizing.
Well, I mean, when you got to sell your spoons, knives, and forks, your ass is in trouble. Just you in real trouble. And most rich people don't have yard sales; they have estate sales. I mean, yard sales for a rich person, that's like out of line.
My. And again, Larry, would say that we're not being truthful which is why, I'm glad that there are receipts, today. We have the receipts, we have the lawsuit here. Larry is, in fact, being sued by what? Future Funding Funding Futures LLC, not Funding Futures win. See, they tried to help Larry's dusty ass win. Okay, on period. They tried to fund his future win. Okay, on period. But he shut the accounts down, and
And the dates of when he shut the account down are very interesting. And the dates when he defaulted on the loans are very interesting. Just understand something. When he got the loan, when he applied for the loan,
mhm.
okay, and the dates when he defaulted on the loan are very interesting. I'll just simply say this to you. Pay attention. The moment he started hollering about Bernard Jordan in these audio calls, all simultaneously coincide with the dates of when he got these loans and when he defaulted on these loans. Okay. And you got to keep in mind that once the TD Jakes thing was dissolved and there was nowhere, or everybody's hopes for a payday was dashed, then somebody had to change the strategy, right? So who you're close to, who you think may possibly have some money, who you could possibly extort for some money. Now, this is just my opinion.
Well, it's not that he think that he got some money. According to Larry Reid, he know he got some money, and he owes him 100,000. He owed him $100,000 because they was in it together.
Well, all I'm gonna tell you is this: the dates are very, very interesting. All of this audio call business and trying to out Bernard Jordan and all of this kind of stuff coincides with these dates. And I
But
just
what
find
about what about everybody pussy popping and backpedaling when it comes to Manasseh Jordan and then not asking him, the hard questions like you were accusing 2D Jakes as well. He's like, oh, I never said it. You did say it. And there was one video that he made. It wasn't his first video, but his following video, he actually mentioned TD Jake's name. And, he is connected to Larry Reid. He said Larry Reid called him. He never went on Larry Reid's platform, but Larry Reid got that information from somewhere. They were definitely collaborating. What are your thoughts?
at this time I have to say no comment.
My. I remember. Where, okay? Where to get the text messages from?
Good question.
My, was he not in communication with Manasseh? It
Good. You
seems like Larry and Manasseh were very close. You know, when he fell out with his father, he ran to Larry. You know, Larry alleges that he played an intricate part of helping Manasseh and his father reconcile. It Larry being the messy person that I know he is, he probably drilled Manasseh, got a lot of tea out of Manasseh. Who knows what Manasseh told Larry? According to Larry, Manasseh told him that TD Jakes was grooming him.
okay?
And not only was he grooming Manasseh, but Larry knew of two other people who he had come forth in that lawsuit. When why TD Jakes dropped that lawsuit? Let's talk about it. TD Jakes dropped that lawsuit because his people realized Larry had no fuck. None of them motherfuckers had no fucking money. When not the
Exactly.
attorney, not the
Exactly.
motherfucking young blood, not Reid. When it was no money there. Okay, he said
Pretty much.
he said drop this shit. Yeah, drop this
Exactly.
shit. When
And where was he gonna get any money from? He wasn't gonna get no money from. No, he was spending hundreds of thousands of dollars. When they asked for Tyrone Blackburn's what was it? When they what did you call it? My brain is fried. I got so much stuff going on. Sanctions. When they asked for the sanctions, you remember how much money they asked for them sanctions in the beginning? You talking almost $200,000, and he didn't even have the money. So it was no way for them to even get the money back for the lawyers the money he had already spent. So he was like, you know what? Let's bounce. I done spent $200,000 on these idiots.
okay, yes it did. Yes, he did. I'm sure he realized that they ain't have no money, and he said, "Yeah, drop." Because a lot of people was wondering why he got dropped. Larry's been alleging that he's been talking to people from the Jakes camp, but I don't think it has anything to do with that. I think that they got some financial statements and did some research and realized that Larry's going bankrupt.
Mm-hmm.
He has no assets, like the Bernard said. Neither does Young Blood. And who knows what's going on with Tyrone Blackburn? He couldn't afford the sanctions. So, and he's been widely publicized as like a
He can't even get his AI to work. He can't even get his AI to work. Like this,
okay.
yeah, this guy is crazy. But one thing about it, and let me just say this to your audience: y'all need to support King Payne. Y'all need to make sure that y'all are liking these videos and supporting this platform, because let me just tell you something. Doing the kind of research that he's doing, all of this stuff really do take time. And for somebody to run a business and to still be able to pull some of these documents and some of this stuff that he's pulling, I know I do this type of work. I'm trying to tell you, that's work. And y'all need to send him a cash app, send him some support, and that's just real talk, because
Yeah, I know that's right.
he's sharing something with you that I didn't even share with you on my platform. I didn't share it with you because I kind of figured the rest of y'all was going to pick it up, though, real talk. But then that's why when I heard you're the first person, that's what's so funny. I swear to God, you are the first person who has
I
pulled.
know it too because I watched everyone's video about the subject, and I was like, no one caught that.
Right, you are the first person who picked it, and I was like, "Oh, that's why when I saw it, I say, hot dog it, he's on to it." Okay, but you're doing good work, bro. I really do. I appreciate what you're doing, and I like the fact that you're doing your homework. At least you're doing your homework, because some of these vloggers don't even do their homework. And when you do the type of homework we do, we become dangerous.
Okay, I know that's right.
You're dangerous. You're dangerous.
Yes, it did. So we're gonna continue to do our homework. I want to thank you so much for coming up here, Matt. Church Disease, also known as Marcellus. Where do you go by? Matt Church Disease, Marcellus.
Look, you can call me whatever you want to call me. It's Marcellus Mad Church Disease. It doesn't matter. I put my phone number in the private chat.
Got it.
All
I
right,
screenshot
all right, listen to me very carefully. I believe that the spot, if people don't behave in the next 3 to 4 days, you're going to get some information, and something is going to hit the internet that is going to blow up that whole Bernard Jordan and Larry Reid situation. If these dudes do not get,
What's wrong with them?
if this does not, if they don't, well, I think what
Why
Larry
you
did,
think they keep kissing on each other?
huh?
Why you think they keep kissing on each other? Because look. So I've been going back over the receipts, right? So
Okay.
remember when they first fell out, Bernard was like, "Oh, it was the whole thing about him kissing me on the forehead. People thinking I'm gay, woo, 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 white." So then they run into each other at the Lenox Mall, and the first thing you do is kiss this nigga on the motherfucking cheek. Like, why y'all keep kissing each other if you feel some type of way about people calling you and y'all
Here's what I'll say. I think
same gender loving?
I'll say in the next couple of days, if well, let me just say this. Larry kept his live open last night. He thought it was a members only live, and he sat up there and said a lot of things that he should not have said. And I know people probably already downloaded it. I know it's probably all of that stuff is probably going to hit the internet in a couple of days. And if it hits the internet, then these people are either going to be Bernard Jordan only has a couple of moves he can make. He's either have to going to come out here and talk about what is said, or he's going to have to come out here and sue who was saying it. He only has two moves to make. He
Because
can only.
he was saying in his last video that him and Bernard didn't make up, but they decided to be amicable, and he hopes that he doesn't ever have to say the things that happened between them two. And I was just like, you're
But
pretty much
he's but
saying,
he's saying, but he's saying it. But he's saying it privately in those lives with those people. He had over 300 and something people in that live last night.
and you don't want to tell us what was said.
I can't tell you right now because I got to protect myself. I'm protecting myself. Trust me, it's gonna come out. And when it comes out, who did I tell you was the first person I was about to call on Monday? Who did I say I was gonna call?
The official kingpin.
And then I'm on Monday. I'm calling my lawyer.
Oh yeah, your lawyer. And then you're gonna call the king.
And then you call me. Look, you got the number now. You can call me anytime. Listen here. There's always information. There's always a backstory to this stuff. And just because I don't say a thing doesn't mean I don't know a thing. Okay. I am strategic in this internet game. Some things you even though you have to learn how to hold vloggers got to learn how to hold some information back because we educate Larry too much. Larry's stupid. He likes to pretend like he's super smart, but Larry's dumb. And I'm trying to tell you what you hold in your hand right now, King Payne. If it gets to the right people at the right time with the right knowledge and information attached to it, Larry's ass is screwed.
My, my, my. My. Because, yeah, we got all the receipts over here. Yes, it did.
Yeah, you did what you were supposed to do. You pulled it. But see, Larry will say, oh, that doesn't mean anything and da 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 da. Okay. All right, Larry, keep talking. I just want you to keep talking.
My.
Keep talking.
Yeah, no, we got all the receipts. I got the lawsuit right here in front of me, Win. And I'm about to go over it with the people, Win. Let them know what's really going on, what can happen, Win, why Larry being sued. It's a breach of contract, Win. Larry done promised to pay these people in installments. When what was they supposed to take? What, $3,000 out of his account? Almost $4,000 a week.
Actually 9% of his receivables. So whatever his receivables were, they're supposed to get 9% of that. So essentially, he was supposed to pay tithes to this loan company because the tithes is supposed to be 10% of your income, right? So Larry was about to give up 9% of his receivables to these people, but he took the money. Now, if you so rich, King Payne, if you super rich and you got all this money, King Payne, why does a multimillionaire need $100,000?
Why do you need $100,000? Why do you need all of these loans, period? And why has it gotten to the point to where you're taking out loans from your friends and you can't pay? If you can't pay the payday loan people back, well, how can you pay the Jordans back? The Jordans made a very wise decision not giving Larry Reid a dime because the same thing would have happened to them.
Well, he forgave Larry for $300,000.
$300,000 win. That's why I'm mad at Bernard right now.
He gave the man $300,000. Let the man watch that. But then Larry's so arrogant. He thought he was the money should have just been given to him. And let me ask you a question, King Payne. What kind of man? Let me ask you a question. What kind of man would expect some other man to give you cash and to constantly keep giving you cash unless you all have some type of very special relationship?
I mean, according to Larry, he was, the mentee, he put in what he gave him $3 million. I mean, I don't know.
I'm connecting dots, and I have some information, and I have an arrow in my quiver, and I'm not going to shoot it yet. But I will come. I will have conversations, sideline conversations, and I'll
But if
trust.
Larry's so broke, like how did he ever have the $3 million to give them to begin with? Like something
Well,
don't
but
add
that's
up with the
but
three
that
million dollars.
but that's the question. If you're going after loan after loan after loan, and then you know the loans have to be paid back, but you're not actually getting money back. He said in his private live last night that he didn't even get all of the money. He was trying to raise $500,000 from his Reformation conference. From that one day, he expected to raise $500,000 from the one day. Now check this out. This is hilarious to me. He said he didn't get all the money. It came in later, a couple of weeks and couple of months later, the money finally all rolled in, but he had to pay some bills and some stuff. And so all of the stuff, but Larry's a liar. So I want y'all to understand, caveat, Larry's a liar. He said, all the money, wasn't rolling in like it should. And I looked at the people that was at this Reformation, and I'm saying to myself, I took a picture of one lady who was asleep in the audience. I'm like, you thought you was gonna get $500,000 from this lady? She was asleep. She wasn't even awake.
My.
So I'm
They
like,
still know how to put your ass to sleep. All of them win. Like they in the wrong profession. If you ask me, they all can put a motherfucker to sleep now. Ooh, that Bernard put your ass to sleep, honey. Will yes, he did. Won't he do it? Yeah. Yes, he will. I'm like, oh Lord, I'm tired. I'm
look,
tired. He talks so damn slow. When
oh God.
Manasseh's a little better. Manasseh, he got little jokes every now and then he tried to sing. The singing is very interesting, if you ask me. I won't say that it's good. It's good, but it's interesting nonetheless.
Right. And I think you're in this other chat group I'm in. You might be in there, but I'm trying to keep you guys informed. I sent out the information on the other side.
Oh, I am into. I think that's how I found out about Josh.
Yeah. Yeah. I be sending y'all the information, man. So I'm trying to keep you, but I can't tell you guys the other thing right now, but I promise as soon as I get clearance, I'm gonna open up the floodgates, and it's all their fault. It's all their fault because they run off at their mouth. And I think Larry wanted this information to come out. He's lying through his teeth. He's lying through his teeth.
I'm sure he did. I'm sure he wanted all of it to come out. That's why he even said something about the lawsuit to begin with. Because I went immediately to Pacer and started looking up, Larry's name, and nothing came up. I was like, what the hell? So I had to go back and watch your video. That's why I said I watched it like 2, 3 times because I had to wait till you accidentally. I feel like you didn't even show it on purpose, but you accidentally showed like the top of one of the pages, and it said like the courthouse and the case number and all
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah. No,
And
but
then,
you're supposed to have that. Oh yeah, yeah. I want you to have that because his control number from the new corporation was up there too. The control number is at the top of the little screenshot that I showed. So I gave you enough information to start the process, right? So,
oh,
but you went a little further than just about everybody else. So good for you, sir. You did your homework. You're doing good. I love it.
yeah. I mean, it looks like Larry is still the CEO, but he's just not paying the money. He's
Because he said they froze all the accounts. They froze. They took
how they
all the money.
freeze his accounts. There was no money in the accounts. How they freeze they only have, if you read the contract, they only have access to one account. They can't freeze all your accounts.
But they can probably if you default and you start running and closing down the bank, because according to the agreement, you're supposed to leave at least one bank account open. You got to leave at least one bank account open.
But if
Now,
they froze, if they were able to do that, it would be a judgment. I remember who was it that got the judgment to do that?
well, that's a good
You
point.
can't just freeze somebody's account. They would have to go to the judge and tell them like this is what's happening, and the judge would have to grant approval for them to go ahead and access the other accounts if there are other accounts. And who leaves money on their Venmo or their child? Like
Larry. He
that's
said
not a bank account, okay?
no. He said it was thousands of dollars in the PayPal account. Who leaves thousands of dollars in a PayPal account? I'm just saying, but he lies, so everything's with a caveat of he lies. So hey, that's all I can say. But that's what he said.
That is what he be saying. He be over there lying.
Yes, he
Over
does.
there lying.
But this
Especially when it comes to money.
pay attention this week. I'm gonna see if certain people do certain things this week. And we'll talk offline, but pay attention to certain moves of certain people on the internet because they're putting Bernard Jordan in a very tight spot. And I think Larry is doing this on purpose. He wants this information to come out. He just doesn't want to be the person to bring it out or to bring it to a head. But it's too late. It's also sad because he had no business doing what he did last night in that private live. There's a lot of information that's about to hit this internet, and I definitely think it's
Did
going
you
to start hitting.
record it?
Huh?
Did you record it?
There's a lot of information that's going to hit the internet this week, and I anticipate a lot of people having a lot of questions and making some answers to some questions. And therefore, I would just simply say, I think he did that on purpose. That's
Oh,
my
what about that Cash App he showed in Mexico that time when he was showing his timeline on his Cash App and he had all them transactions?
Oh, well, I don't know about the Mexico stuff because I don't pay Larry attention like that. I'll be
Well,
honest.
pretty much he showed it to show that, you know, he gets a lot of donations from supporters.
And he probably does. But those are the people who don't know him like we know him. Those people over there on that YouTube channel, they think
He did show like he had like $20,000 in Cash App. Oh, he did show that. Yeah, I mean, he is an idiot. He does keep money in those apps. He does. He did show that.
You know how dangerous that is, first of all? Because if somebody get access to your information and they just take out all that money, that's retarded. Well, that's excuse me, I didn't mean to use that word. That is mentally deficient. Because I'm trying to get better. Y'all know I'm older. That's the word we used to use. I can't use that word no more. They say you can't use that word.
Not Larry said a lot of the money that he borrowed, he gave to the Jordans. Like, that's stupid. Like that, like what? So they supposed to give it back? That's your choice.
Well, why would you borrow money to give to someone else? What sense does that make? And you claim to be, you know, he told these people in his private life, oh, I'm so frugal with money and everybody knows I'm very good with money. Well, why do you keep losing all of it?
God tells you to pay your loans. He says, give to Caesar what belongs to Caesar and give to me what belongs to me. God don't care about all of that when, like, he wants your spirit, he wants your soul, he wants you to be right with the Lord when, okay? And if money is what, you know, is separating you from the love of God, then, you know, he wants you to give that up, okay, on period. Yes, it is.
And if I call you, answer the daggum phone. That's all I have to say.
I'm gonna answer.
That's it. I gotta go because I got a million things to take care of. I appreciate you, brother. And let me just tell you to the King Payne family, I appreciate you all. And even though I don't always fall down into the chat, I'm always listening. So just understand, I'm always there because I support King Payne. He does good work, you all, and y'all should be supporting him. I'm for real, for real. Like whatever y'all can subscribe to, pay for, support on, that's what you need to do, because there are not really good content creators out there. When you encounter a good content creator, you know what I mean? You need to support the content creator because he went out and got you the information and he's bringing you the proof, and so that you can see. He brought y'all something that I didn't even show you. You understand what I'm saying? So
and I could have just got in contact with you and asked you for the receipts, and you know, taking the easy route instead of going and do the research myself. You know, and yeah, you know, that's what I do over here. Even if I hear from, even if you would have gave me the receipt, I still would have went and looked for them myself and tried to make sure that, you know, these aren't doctored or whatever.
Well, I'm amazed that Larry didn't accuse me of doctoring the information, because you know, every time I show something, he said, "Oh, they just doctored all."
Oh no, you was really speaking some truth to power in that episode. I was like, oh, you was clocked. You was clocked in. You was mad. You was upset.
I really wasn't mad. No, you know, I really wasn't mad. You know what it was? It was the unmitigated gall of this intellectually deficient man getting on his platform and telling me that I don't have the ability to speak truth to power. Larry in no way, shape, form, or fashion could verbally or linguistically handle me on any level. So he doesn't have the right nor the cognitive skills to get on an internet and tell me that I don't have the ability to speak truth to power. We are definitely not on the same level, sir. So you better go somewhere and go on about your business, because I'm not that dude. I'm not that dude. You better go somewhere. You go over there with them folks that you fool with and have, you know, do what you do. But I'm not that dude. So don't ever look. Larry knows better. He knows better. And at least he was honest last night. He mentioned my name, but he was confused as to a couple of things. And I'm gonna clear it up before probably maybe I'll clear it up tomorrow because I'm in no rush. But I'll clear up what he said last night because he lied on me. And I was like, dude, that loan denial letter that I spoke of, that was an old denial letter. It wasn't a new one that you applied for. I'm not even looking for you hard like that, bro. I don't even care about these loans and stuff you getting. You the one that's getting the loans, but
But I mean, I understand the whole concept of getting loans when you're rich, but most people who are rich get loans to pay for assets, and he had none. So, what is the purpose of getting all these loans? Is it to pay for your harem of men? And what happened to all the church's money? Like, there's no way that he's broke or
Larry
can't
ain't got
borrow
Larry
from.
ain't
He
got
should be
no
able to
money.
borrow from himself or.
He ain't got no money. Larry ain't got no money.
What
Larry ain't
about
got
all
no
the
money.
donations? Is out? What is going on? Is there no um organization in place? Does he have just like full reign of you know
He's
full
trying to
control over
start
the
over.
finances?
He's trying to start over with the NBN Network Global, and I'm quite sure that now they're raising money and putting
Yeah,
all the
'cause that
money.
looks like a new corporation.
That
It looks
is a new corporation.
like started.
It is new, and that's
So he's
exactly.
not dissolving. He's starting over with a whole. And the name is oh shit. Oh shit! Did he find like a loophole? Is that not in the contract?
Well,
It's
all I'll say is this: um, you can't tell people you're going to start a new corporation with the former employees of your old corporation, and that now you're the face of the new corporation, and you're just the face, but the other people now run the corporation. That's not going to work. It's not going to
but
work.
it literally has the same name,
It
pretty
has
much.
the same name, except he put
Same,
global on the
same
end.
people running it.
Yeah.
Just they just have different titles. They just switch titles.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
What is Larry doing at the Global Corporation?
He's the face of the corporation.
No, but what does it say on the paperwork? Is his name on the documents?
I have not seen
But
his name on any of the document. He said he's just the face of the organization.
how you
So
put the,
he's like the mascot.
oh yeah, no, his name not on here.
Yeah,
So
he's the mascot.
and again, this is not a part of NBN Network Global Inc. is not a part of the lawsuit. It says that it was just formed. It just November 24th,
And
2020.
when did he default on the loan? And
Oh, when did he default on the loan? Let me go and see. Let me pull up.
uh,
I got the papers right here in front of me.
mhm.
Hold on.
I'm
What?
trying to tell you, all them dates is important.
Okay, hold on. So, where can I see that he defaulted on the
It
loan?
depends. Which document do you have? Because there's 4 documents. Which one do
Yeah,
you
there's
have?
4 documents. So I
Mhm.
have 3 pulled up because the other one of them just had like a bunch of addresses where he sent
Right.
things to.
Yeah.
So right now I'm looking at the actual complaint.
Okay. If you go, I believe it's if you scroll past the one where they list all the names of the places that they're going after, I think it's either the second or the third page, and then it says facts of the case. It'll go facts of the case. Oh
Oh,
God,
back to the case.
you're gonna make me go find it. Hold
Purchase,
on.
okay, whereby plaintiff purchased defendant's future account. We're about to read all this in just a minute, but I want to see the date.
Okay, it should be. Let me tell you which document it is. I'm gonna tell you exactly which one it is.
Oh,
Okay.
on or about December 1st, 2025, business defendant stopped making its payments to plaintiff.
Okay.
So
Stop. Stop. So when did he start the corporation? The
November
new
20,
one? And
2020,
then he stopped making the payments when?
December 1st,
Okay.
2025.
Okay.
Yes, it did. Man, get on my nerve. But also he started the organization. I don't know if you noticed under a new under a different code. Okay, this one, the new one is a religious organization, and the old one was a media streaming distribution service. Did you notice that as well?
The what streaming services?
So the new corporation is totally different. So this it was the streaming distribution company that the nonprofit that he had before,
Uh-huh.
and the new one is a religious organization.
Okay. All right. Okay. No comment.
But yeah, it's and then I guess yeah, no, his name is not on it. So he had Shamako go do this. His
Uh-huh.
boyfriend.
Now let me ask you something. This is just food for thought. So you start a new corporation. Do you think they're applying for any new loans under this new corporation by any chance? Anybody think so?
Absolutely. In Shamako's name. Now.
Hmm. Okay. I would hope that Shamako wouldn't be so stupid, but he's been stupid his whole life following behind Larry. So we shall see.
I mean, you see what's going on with his son.
Yeah, well, that's just disgusting.
That's so stupid. They got all that money. They got all these millions of dollars, all these loans. When you can't loan Joshua a few dollars to get on his feet.
Well, you got if you got him an apartment, you say you got him an apartment. This is what Larry said. You paid the rent for one whole year. During that whole year, they should have been seeking to help him make sure that he would get some
He
mental.
ain't been out the house for a whole year. It probably just, if anything, just been a year. What are you talking about?
Yeah, well, he was how because Kingpin he was over there with CTV for a minute, right? It was like at least 4 or 5 months, 6 months. It was a while.
Okay, there's no way you pay for an apartment for a whole year.
Yeah, because I know he went back during like Thanksgiving or Christmas time or something when he finally did go back because they got because they I know it was around some kind of holiday or some kind of gathering.
Yeah, he went back for it. There was Larry Reid's birthday party.
Oh, okay, that's what it
And
was.
that was
Okay.
what February. Larry's what an Aquarius, if I'm
Wait,
not mistaken.
oh.
Hold
Since
on,
you
I got the birthday pic.
wait. Well, since you bring up his birthday, he says every year during his birthday something always happens to him during his birthday. I'm hoping that the great birthday present that he gets this year will make him scratch his head. I hope he enjoys his birthday gift.
My. What you think he gonna get this year for his birthday?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm just hoping he gets something that'll make him think. That's all. Because birthday presents should make you reflect and be.
Do you think he's gonna celebrate his birthday in America or Dubai's?
Well, that's a good question. I don't know. Maybe he should celebrate in Dubai. That might be the safest place for him.
He usually goes to like what, Mexico?
I don't know. Man, I don't know. I don't know where Larry goes. I'll be honest. I have no clue. And look, that dude can. I don't be paying that dude no attention. He's insane. He's
Okay,
insane.
who knows where he be at with that harem of men and with all the men's, all them shirtless men's. My.
Yeah,
This,
that's all.
this is where the church money went. Hold on, I'll show y'all where the church's money went. This is where the church's money went. Mm-hmm.
Father and the God,
My.
Lord have mercy.
There goes Shamarco, his right hand man.
Uh-huh. But
That's
but here's the funny thing though. He pits all of them people against each other, right? Because they all got to feed his narcissistic supply. So he keep all these people fighting. They don't all like each other. They tolerate each other, but they don't all like one
they don't look like they're having fun.
another. And I think one of them in this picture got fired. He's already gone.
Mm. Well, these are the new owners. Like all of these people are the people on the paperwork, isn't it?
Oh yeah, Kendall, Locklear, Shamako. Yeah, very very good work, sir. That's correct.
Mm. Just to put, a face to the names. Okay, on period. There goes Shamarco. That's Larry. I think Kendall is the one in the back.
No,
I don't know.
Kendall's the one with the turban on.
Okay.
And then Locklear is the guy you had your mouse on right there, the little skinny light skinned dude. That's Locklear.
Okay, clear.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Who's Constance?
Well, you can pull her up. She's a
It's a woman.
it's a woman, yeah. Well,
Okay.
yeah. I mean, that's the only woman that anyway, yeah.
Oh, and then Kendall is on the new one as well. And who
Kendall's the
is
secretary.
okay? And then Nathan Locklear is the one with the turban. This one.
No, Nathan Locklear is the one who is the light skinned dude I told you in the middle right there. That's next to Kendall with the turban.
This
Yeah.
beanie.
No,
The
no.
yellow,
The beanie is Kendall. That's Kendall.
the yellow beanie.
That's Kendall.
Okay, who's this one skinny nigga in the back?
That's Locklear. That's the one I'm trying to tell you. That's Locklear.
Oh, it don't look like you got no turban on.
No, I didn't say Locklear had the turban. I said Kendall had the turban. Well, the toboggan, whatever you want to call
Oh,
it, beanie.
okay,
I'm
okay.
sorry, I wasn't
I
using the
was
proper
so
language.
confused then.
I'm
Larry
sorry,
definitely
that
got
was my
tight.
fault.
My. So yeah, that's crazy.
Well, anytime you start talking about these ninjas, you get confused. Shoot, you're lucky I even knew what their names were at the time.
Okay. Yes,
Anytime.
most of the time they don't. They're behind the scenes. They're not
Mm.
really, public figures like Larry. Um, so yeah, but you hear about them often in the commentary and in the content. Um,
Oh, Larry, I ain't
with
got
the
no.
accusers. You know, you hear about all of these men. Like, according to Lester, I mean, they all mess around with one another, and they wanted to mess with him as well. But he wanted Larry, kind of on a solo basis thing. He didn't want to share or what have you.
Well, that seems to be the way that these content creators are fighting. They don't seem to want to share Larry. It's a pattern with him. If you watch how he works with friendships, relationships, and all sorts of things, he does things where he pits people against one another. So you're constantly fighting.
Kind of how CTV is against, like it's been put against William McRae.
And the other content creator, absolutely. Larry pits them all against one another. That's what he does.
Somebody said, "How's Lester doing?" Lester's doing good. I think he got married. He said that Larry mysteriously, um, you know, uh, they mysteriously sent him like the divorce. They signed like the paper or something. He mysteriously ended up divorced. Okay, and then he was able to go and get married to his wife. He was speaking out online. He did the interview with Tasha K. He did an interview with me. He was saying, how he wanted a divorce, and you know after months of not communicating with Larry, he said he mysteriously got like some letter saying that he was free. And
Do you know why that happened? The last great job of Daryl Moore, before Daryl Moore moved off the scene, Daryl Moore is the one that told Larry that he was turning them into some government uh
ice.
yeah, he was turning them in, and them fools got the moving paperwork and telling me we divorced and no, we didn't arrange the marriage and all of this stuff. That was the last thing that Daryl Moore handled before he went off the scene, and that's why they were so miserable, because they couldn't take Daryl Moore doing it. Daryl Moore was up that tail. You hear me? Daryl was putting in that good work.
He
That good
so
work.
yes, he did.
Somebody said, what happened in Larry's? Oh my God. I'll have to talk about it later, y'all. I can't talk about it right now. I
What
wish
they said?
I done talked a little bit about it. Y'all go back, rewind,
Oh,
listen
in
to
the
the
private
beginning.
live. They want to know about the private
Mm-mm,
live.
mm-mm. I can't, not yet, not yet, not yet. Mm-mm. Nope.
Oh yeah, he literally posted the video of him mailing the letter. So yeah, that's what happened. That's what happened. So much has happened, okay, over the past couple years. But ultimately, like we've all predicted, Larry's downfall is here.
Mm. Yeah, we're seeing the bottom fall out. He's floundering. He's trying to save face. He wants to keep coming out here telling everybody he's wealthy. I don't care whether Larry has $1 million or $10 million. At the end of the day, in my opinion, he is a charlatan, just like Brian Karn.
Poor
And
mental hygiene.
oh man, the dude is horrible. The dude is horrible. That's all I'll say. The dude is horrible. But good luck. And I'm gonna just simply say this, brother. You do great work. As again to the chat and the people in the chat, please support this content creator.
I
Can
know
y'all,
that's right.
can y'all please hit the like button, sign up for the membership as there's a membership, sign up for everything that you can do, because this stuff takes money. Even pulling documents take money. People don't realize that stuff costs money,
It sure do.
and I don't care that, people say, well, it's just this. You don't realize how many documents we have to pull and how much stuff needs to be done for research. So y'all need to support the content creator, because he brought you something I didn't even tell you. Now I was aware, but this King Payne putting in the work. I'm just saying.
Quick! We're looking for the quickest Twitter fingers in the chat to give us the number of the day. We haven't even got our number of the day. That's why no one is supported yet. They're waiting for that number of the day. Quick, give us the number of the day. At this time, Marcellus, I'd like to thank you so much for coming up.
You're welcome.
When we didn't got the you didn't took over the show. Okay.
No, look, you did it. You started asking them questions, and I was like, look here. You did your job, brother. You pulled me in. That you did.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I intended on pulling you in on today. I was like, oh, he gonna have to. I said, I hope he don't be mad when, but I'm gonna call him out. I'm gonna ask him about this week.
Oh no, you did a good job, and I appreciate what. No, for real, for real. This isn't just talk. King Payne, you do a good job. You do a good job. The work that you do a good job. And don't let anybody tell you anything otherwise. Going to pull these documents and doing the research and pulling this stuff up, King Payne, you're doing the work. And that's why I support you. That's why I watch you. And I know you're going to eventually, you're going to say something. You're going to make people think it's an original thought. You're going to give them your thoughts. You know what I'm saying? And all of us, we all have our quirks. We may not always hit the nail right on the head, but you somewhere close. You feel what I'm saying? And you doing what you need to do. And I support you. So that's all I got to say. And I'm out. Appreciate you, bro.
All right. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Good night.
Good night. Show here. Okay. Whenever you get through. All right. Whatever you get highly anticipated with. Okay. I'm sure Larry's in the bushes right now. Yes, he did. Hoping and praying and wishing and praying, hoping and chanting. These girls is hoping we don't hit our quota today, but a pussy could motherfucking never. We already halfway there. We already halfway. Them hoes is hoping and wishing and praying and hoping that we don't hit our motherfucking quota today, but we already halfway there, Crown Family. We already halfway there. We already halfway there. We already halfway there. Let me hurry up and finish this motherfucking show. My break been over. I'm gonna get a motherfucking 5. I'm gonna get a motherfucking 5. I'm gonna get a write up. I'm gonna get a write up. You gonna write yourself up? Show business. Show business. You gonna write yourself up, King? Yes, it is. Y'all like this video? Like this video? Like this the video? Ooh. Yes, now that some of the Crown family is starting to pull in, girl, we can get back into some things, honey. Shit. I was like, where the Crown family at? I don't know where y'all ass was at. Where y'all be at? Where y'all be at? Where y'all ass was at? We was looking for y'all. Y'all had us held up for about 30 minutes here. Y'all had us all held up for about 30 minutes here. My break was only 15 minutes. Y'all almost got me in trouble. Well, we back. We back. We back. And I need everybody to like this video. Like this video. Like this video. Like this video right now. We needed a little reset anyway after, we had a special guest, okay, crash land in the home of the lituation. Again, shout out to Marcellus Wynn of Mad Church Disease on YouTube when. Yes, it did. Like this video, gather in close way. Okay, so a recap for the girls in the back, the Crown family members that are just pulling in. If you haven't, guessed from the title, okay, Larry Reid is broke, busted, and disgusted. Word on the street. Word on the street is Larry Reid is broke. He has defaulted on a $100,000 payday loan, according to Manasseh. It's actually not a payday loan. What type of loan is? What type of loan that is that he got over there? A futures receivable agreement where he's pretty much promising to pay these people out of his future income. Which most likely means that he turned over all of his income documents, and based upon his, tax returns or books, they determined that he can afford this much money weekly. He makes this much money, and he can afford to pay us this much money out of all the money that he's making every week. Larry Reid agreed to pay these people approximately $4,000 a week, I believe. We're going to go over the contract in just a moment here and the complaint. Okay. Now, if you guys have been following Larry for some time, you guys have heard him say that he's been liquidating his assets and he's planning on moving to Africa and starting all over. You guys have probably even seen him host yard sales and boast about selling the little that he has, being that he has no real assets. He doesn't own any of his homes or his cars. And his money, according to Manasseh, is not layered, which means that he works for every penny he has. His money is not working for him or itself. And apparently, Larry's time in America is up and he's ready to head to Dubai, Ghana. Like I said, he's better off going to Pakistan. I hear they have land. Like this video, like this video, like this video where Bernard Jordan has been trying to tell us, okay, that Larry is broke, okay. You know, since they've been speaking out since the first video, they've been telling us about this payday loan, these payday loans, and all of the bad financial business decisions that Larry Reid is making. He said he showed Larry how to make the money, but he never showed Larry how to maintain it. Larry never acquired that skill. And apparently, Larry believes that he's done with that school of training. He's learned all that there is to learn. But according to Bernard, the prodigal son will return to his feet. My, my, my. My, 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 my. What are your thoughts? Let me know in the chat. Larry is broke. And it's quite odd because he was paying Lester a lot of money for God knows what, according to Lester, sexual favors. I'm sure you guys have seen the receipts. I'm sure you guys have seen the receipts. Who remembers when Daryl Moore and I shared the receipts? Larry Reid was paying Lester Peltier, what, $9,000 a month? Under the guise that he was chefing it up. According to Lester, he's never been to school for culinary arts. But he knows a thing or two from growing up in Trinidad and Tobago. Apparently, he knows how to grease a banana real good.
So the email, you? I said they email you. They mail you.
Larry Reid and Lester leaving his apartment after an alleged sexual encounter. My. It's all alleged. I don't know. I wasn't there, but the receipts speak volumes. Like this video. Like this video. Not you can't cook with pink hair oil moisturizer. Friend, I sure hope they wasn't cooking with the pink. He said they were doing something else with the pink oil. Okay. My. Like this video, and remember to support when we are in the middle of our trophy challenge and we're looking for 4 more people to hop out of the bushes and support. Okay, the number of the day is 11. My. Oh, there's so many receipts. There's so many receipts when, like I said, you know, the church's money is gone. Larry Reid is broke and he's trying to use everyone around him to somehow dig himself out of this financial hole. Either that or he's taking these loans and he's planning on fleeing the country like he's done so many times before in the past. Not necessarily leave the country, but when things went awry with his ministry in North Carolina, he dissolved the ministry and moved to Atlanta. Now things are going haywire in Atlanta, and it's looking like he's dissolving the ministry, and he's headed to Ghana, Dubai's. I don't know. He's ready to get the fuck ASAP with. He said that when he went over to Ghana, he unlike America, he can't get nothing in America. He can't get nothing in America but a payday loan and a rent a car. But in Dubai, he pointed at it. They give it to him. He said, "Oh, I like that." He pays a little money, and next thing you know, he's the owner of an apartment complex. He's the owner of a school. Now, I'd be worried about Larry Reid being the head of a school where there are minors, knowing what he's been accused of. But, do they not have any, are there not any like qualifications, licensing, standard when it comes to opening up a school in Ghana? Or can anyone, they allegedly you can't even own property there. So how's he opening up this school? When things didn't work out with his physical ministry, what did he do? He shut the ministry down and he went virtual. There is a history of running from his financial problems, running from his debt. And this is no different. And I have all the proof. If you guys can recall, a few months back, Larry said that he was downsizing or right sizing, in his words, when he was having a yard sale again. He was selling off all of his stuff. When um there's been a lot of lifestyle changes. Okay, we're talking a 10,000 plus square foot mansion in Sandy Springs that he was renting for upwards of $18,000 a month. Penthouse vibes, ministry space sprawling, 15,000 square feet. But again, lately he's been downsizing. He's ditched the big crib for a 3,000 square foot penthouse in Buckhead. He sold off his properties when the leases ended. I sold off properties. You got to have a property to sell it. Storage units. He's emptied his storage units and even alleges that he's lost over 50 pounds, going from 242 to what, 180? Sounds empowering, right? Or does it have anything to do with that medication that Lester Seltz found in the bathroom? My. Like this video. Like this video. Sounds like he's prepping for economic doom. Or is he doing like a lot of the anti-Trumpers and leaving America for the next 4 years? He's been over there talking about some mass exodus, encouraging everyone to leave America and to reach for dual citizenship in Ghana or devise. Larry, just because you fucked up your credit and your livelihood doesn't mean that we're going to follow you to Ghana. Are you crazy? Larry over there talking about the stars and astronomy and the planets and planetary shifts somehow messing up the almighty dollar, and we all got to move to Dubai's for a better life. He said we all gonna die. He said we all gonna die over here. With like, I can only imagine the manipulation that goes on in his ministry and how he convinces these people to follow him everywhere. He's literally telling his viewers that they're going to die if they don't leave America and follow him. This is the same guy that had that unlicensed financial advisor in his private chat stealing thousands of dollars from his members. Follow him to the, like how everybody sold their homes in North Carolina and followed Larry to Atlanta. Initially he said this whole thing was about Trump. And then he said that God said that he was no longer the mentee, but the mentor. And he had learned all that he could from Bernard. Did God tell you to default on that $300,000 loan that you got from Bishop Bernard as well? Bishop Bernard ultimately decided to forgive him for the loan because he was never going to get the money back. He was never going to get the money back with. because Larry was broke. He had no business loaning Larry the money in the first place. He or Manasseh. Manasseh alleges that he loaned him anywhere between $100,000 and $500,000. He doesn't have the exact figure, but he know that it was a lot. Why would anyone loan another man that type of money, especially knowing the things that you know about Larry? As soon as the relationship went awry, the Jordans came forward and said, "Oh, he's broke." Well, according to Bishop Bernard, he was trying to help Larry get out of his debt. And the reason they know all of these things is because they were trying to figure out how he's in debt to begin with. And that's how they found out about the payday loans, the very, very predatory loans that he's been taking out and allegedly financing his whole career off of these loans. Allegedly, one of his partner's sole purpose is to seek out loans, and he's literally robbing Peter to pay Paul. And that's how he's been getting along all of this time. However, all good things must come to an end when, and Larry Reid is attempting to dissolve his business, but not before taking out some very massive loans that he's planning on, in my opinion, fleeing the country with to start all over. Yes, it is. And I've got all of the receipts. Like this video, like this video with. Now, Bishop Bernard Jordan, who is Larry Reid's former spiritual mentor, um, met Larry back in 2019. And we found out about their, you know, breakup, okay, um, this fall, okay, via the St. James show. Shout out to St. James, okay, the St. James show. Whenever you guys get a chance, make sure that you guys are checking out the St. James show, okay, on period. Um, and, you know, it was called a business transaction and not a real friendship, according to Bishop Bernard. Said he poured into Larry's life and implied, money was the root of it all. Okay, according to Bishop Bernard, he lives off 10% of his income and gives away 90%. Okay, he also noted that Larry started tithing big after they linked up. However, all of the money was coming from these loans. Larry alleged that, he gave majority of the money to the Jordans. My. We need to start a segment called Keeping Up with the Jordans, don't we? Don't we? Not Larry was paying millions of dollars to the Jordans to try to maintain this false image. Larry has nothing to show after flooding the Zoe Ministries with all of this money. My. So, um, let me see. So, Larry clapped back. Okay. He announced the split after a divine revelation in Ghana, claims he gave over $3 million in tithes and offering in support to the Jordan family while getting back about $800,000 in loans for his ministry. My, my, my. My. Not he said that he was, giving, tithes and offering to, their ministry, but when it came to his ministry, they would, you know, only give him, loans. Um, and according to Bishop Bernard Jordan, their relationship was a business relationship when, but Larry is alleging that it was much, much more. I mean, would you forgive someone who you gave $300,000 to and they didn't pay you back? Because we all don't worry about it. I don't need the money. But then complain or turn your nose up when Jives, the content creator that you reached out to, that you flew out, asked for a $20,000 loan. I do find that quite, suspicious. Seems as though you got it to burn. And, again, Larry says that Jordan voted for Trump. Bernard Jordan voted for Trump and hobnobbed at the White House, compromising the entire black community. My. Do you feel like that who Bishop Bernard Jordan votes for is important or is anyone else's business but his own? According to Larry, in addition to God telling him it was time, okay, to move on, that the mentee had become the mentor and that Bernard was, now taking notes and should be paying him. Okay. Um, but Bishop Bernard Jordan compromised the entire black community by meeting with Trump and voting for Trump. So again, we're talking about high interest loans. Okay, on period. Larry Reid is allegedly paying, um, was paying, okay, upwards of $4,000 a week for this loan that he's on the hook for right now, and it's being alleged that he owes like he was paying around $6,000 a day in interest. Okay, um, renting luxuries without owning squat, begging for hundreds of thousands of dollars from the Jordans, and we all know about them trying to extort money out of TD Jakes when allegedly Manasseh got that money. according to Larry, $1.2 million, and he wants his cut. Now, tie in the downsizing win. Larry says it's for freedom. Okay. Larry says that he's right sizing for freedom. He's downsizing for freedom. He done sold all his shit, and it's for freedom. Freedom to do what he wanted to do. He said no more lawns. Okay. He's tired of mowing the lawn. Tired of paying folk to mow the lawn when, okay, on period. He's tired of security cams and empty nests with grown kids when, okay. He wants to travel light, hit Dubai, hit up Ghana without baggage, okay. You know, he wants to be able to go and travel and stay for months at a time without worrying about $25,000 in rent a month. Like that has to be the most foolish thing that he's done with his money. Like, who does that? Again, it's looking like he's prepping for a turmoil when Larry Reid is at an all-time low. His broke is not, like the average broke, okay, on period. You know, when people hear broke, they hear, oh, he ain't got no money. That ain't what it is. He clearly got money. He just got that $100,000 loan. He just got shit, according to Manasseh, upwards of $500,000 from him. He just got $300,000. He got money. He just owe a lot more money than he has access to. And, a wise person once told me, you got to know when to hold them and when to fold them when, okay, on period. And Larry is getting ready to hightail it out of here. Mark my words with. He's already acquired properties in Dubai. Let him tell it when. I got all of the receipts. Y'all like this video, and remember to support. We got Cash App, Super Chat, Venmo, Zelle, Crypto, however you want to do it. Trophies. Gather in close. Let me see those trophies in the chat. His broke is not like, the broke that you and I think of when we hear broke when. Yes, it did. Yes, it did. Larry's broke is not being able to afford the lifestyle that he's been accustomed to. Downsizing. Right sizing. Yeah, he rich broke. He rich broke when. For now when. Okay, on period. It smells like a financial strain. Jordan's transaction talk and tithing drop off sounds like Larry couldn't keep up the cash flow when. Will Larry be able to, have enough cash flow to sustain over there in, Dubai's? Or will he ultimately run out of monies, lacking the foundation and infrastructure over there that he has here? What do y'all think? Is Larry Reid really broke? Or, is this, him exercising, shit, I don't fucking know. Allegedly this is what the clear folk do. According to Larry Reid, white people do this all the time. They go take out a bunch of loans. They get their hands on as much money as they can, and then they flee the country. I've got all of the receipts. I got Larry Reid saying this is his plan. This is what his plan is, and what right now, what we're seeing is him acting on his plan. to acquire as much money as he possibly can and leave America. My. Like this video. Like this video. Remember to support. We got Cash App, Super Chat, Venmo, Zelle, Crypto, PayPal, however you want to do it. Gather in close. Gather in close. I've got all of the receipts win. So let's start with Larry Reid's downsizing. Okay. Um, So, as you guys all know, he moved out of his luxurious 10,000 square foot rented mansion in Sandy Springs, Atlanta, which he previously leased for around $18,000 per month and used as the backdrop for his content. Okay, so let me pull that up right here. Why are we pulling it up all new again? Okay. Like this video, like this video. Everything being shown to you guys during this video is being shown to you guys according to the fair use and copyright doctrine, is my opinion. Make sure receipts, take it out if you want to take it. Just just don't be weird when we've got a lot of things to get into. Okay. So check it.
What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to Real Estate Insight. Today we're checking out a luxury rental tucked into Sandy Springs, right outside Buckhead. And if you've ever watched Larry Reid live, this house is going to look real familiar. Yep, this is the former mansion rental of YouTube's own Larry Reid. And trust me, we've seen a lot of it over the years. This place is massive, over 10,456 square feet, with 6 bedrooms, 9 bathrooms, and a 4-car garage. It sits on more than 1.4 acres, fully gated, and it's packed with luxury from top to bottom. Now, this is an empty home tour. He has moved. If you followed his live streams or the reality show he had, you definitely saw parts of this house, especially that huge balcony right off the primary bedroom. It made several cameos. And who could forget the garage where he used to park that Rolls Royce Cullinan? Now, just to be clear, Larry Reid did not own this house. It was sold back in 2007 for $710,000, and Larry came in later as a renter, reportedly paying about $18,000 a month. And now the same house is back up for lease, going for $24,500 a month. That's inflation.
These people are making a killing off of that home. Oh my goodness. My. Oh shit.
Right there. The house itself is basically a personal resort, a dramatic entryway with a spiral staircase, soaring ceilings, marble and limestone floors, a full theater, steam room, sauna, bar, wine cellar, and all the fancy stuff, all the things, as they say. And the kitchen, commercial grade appliances, and a hidden walk-in pantry. So while Larry didn't own it, he definitely made this mansion part of his brand. It was the backdrop to a lot of his content, whether he was talking ministry, media, or mess. And the house definitely added to the whole luxury persona. Now, the big question is, where's Larry now? He's popped up in Dubai in a few recent videos, but whether that's
What happened? Where's Larry?
vacation or relocation, no one really knows, other than those close to him. Or perhaps he's going to Florida or North Carolina or another low-key mansion lease in the ATL. One never knows. Well, y'all know Larry has had some falling outs with a few high-profile folks, especially in the church world. Most recently, his own mentor, Archbishop.
Like this video, and remember to support. Where my trophies at? Gathering close.
Jordan, the master prophet.
We're 4 trophies away from our quota. We're looking for 4 more people to hop out of the bushes and bid $11 on it. Let's get it.
That split has been making waves. It's been creating a lot of content for a lot of content creators. And if you're curious, yes, we featured Bishop Jordan's luxury home, his New Jersey Upper Saddle River home here on the channel, too. Also,
he owned it. He owned his home.
He had a falling out. Well, I don't even know if it's a falling out, but he had an issue with, he had a back and forth with imprisoned bling bling Bishop Lamar Whitehead. Yep, that home's right here on the channel as well. I'll have the link for that one.
He owned his home too, don't he?
At the end and also down in the description.
Larry the only one with that ain't got shit.
Has a thing for Pastor Jamal Bryant, which both his former homes are also featured on the channel. Just type it in the search.
Okay.
All right, fam. So we're gonna get the
shout out to Jamal Bryant too. I met him. I've actually seen him a lot out here in LA. He's a really cool guy in person. That's what I can say. And he helped us bail Jackie out. So, shout out to him. Larry Reid did hop under this post win, and here's what he had to say. He said, I lived here for almost 5 years. Okay. Lease started at 16,000. Okay. Before me, this was Cardi B's house. Yeah, the difference is Cardi B can afford it. Oh, he said a few months between me and her. The whole last season of Ayana Fix My Life was recorded here. Okay. Great owners. The Patels allowed me to have 3 studios there and do 2 seasons of reading the things anyway. And my Larry Reid live show, I don't stay where I own and haven't for many years. Larry, you don't own a thing. And yes, I rent and own presently, which is perfectly normal for people like me. Take care. People like you, not people like you. Now people like you. Like this video where no there's more receipts where that came from. Like this video. So he moved out of that place, okay, into a 3,000 square foot penthouse. He went from a 10,000 square foot rental master to a 3,000 square foot penthouse, which is still a lot bigger than most people's homes. Most people's homes are around 2,000 square feet or under. When there's a penthouse bigger than most likely the home that you live in right now. When my. What are your thoughts? Y'all let me know in the chat. Is he downsizing or is he right sizing? My. Okay, so this one. Okay, so in this video, Larry Reid talks about his financial journey. Okay, up here. Let's get into it. With my. We got all of these receipts. Like this video. Where. So let me pull it up. Okay. Everything being shown to you guys during this video is being shown to you guys according to the fair use and copyright doctrine. It's my opinion mixed with receipts. Take it out if you want to take it. Just don't be weird. Larry Reid speaking of his financial journey in this video just a few months ago. Gathering close. Yes, it did. Shout out to Gina in the building. Thank you so much, friend. Clock it. Yes, it did. 6 trophies down, 3 trophies to go. You guys all follow my friend Gina over there to support, feature, and support the show now. It's up and it's stuck here in the home of the situation. Let's go. We're almost there. 3 trophies to go. Crown family is up and it's stuck. Let's get it.
Yeah. So what the hell am I talking about?
No, we're just talking about these different transitions.
Oh yeah. So this is another one. It's God always do me like this.
Yeah.
It's always now I'm doing this.
God, I had nothing to do with you going in there and committing fraud, lying to them folk, changing your bank account, running off with them folk money, dissolving your business. My. We got all of the receipts. I got all of the receipts. Y'all stay tuned. Hopefully we got enough time to get into it. Okay, it's gonna get juicier and juicier by the moment. Okay, stay tuned. I'm pulling out the receipts. Y'all about to be like, okay, official keep paying. You own to something. Larry Reid has been telling us for some time exactly what's happening right now. Okay. Not only has Larry been saying it, but Bishop Bernard and the Jordans, when they came, they told us the same shit. We just haven't been listening. Larry Reid has been trying to get all of this money so that he can leave the country. Start all over. He done fucked up. He's clearly not financially literate. And, I don't see what the difference is going to be. He's going to go to Dubai. He's going to go to Africa, and he's going to fuck up again. And be in debt all over again. This is a pattern for Larry. If you Google, he has so many bankruptcies and so much debt. Like, this is what he does. He accumulates all this debt and then he dissolves his business and then he goes somewhere else and starts all over. He calls it, you know, the white man's, you know, plan. You know, this is what the white man does. This is how the white man has been getting rich and staying rich for years, according to Larry. My. They pretend to be rich. Lord, gathering close. Listen to this.
Now, this is in a good spot. Minister's doing good. Larry Live doing good. Record label's doing really good. I'm making my coins. Even though I'm sitting right here because I own all my
Ministry, record label.
stuff. Everything I own.
Come on, me too.
Right,
come on, yeah, me too. Come on,
right, exactly right.
It's work.
You gotta stay free though.
You gotta stay free.
It's more important. So I go to Dubai. I went to Ghana. I went to Dubai first, then I went to Ghana, then I went to Dubai, back to Ghana. And then the last time I went to Dubai, I felt it the first time. I said, the same way I felt about Atlanta. I said, I feel a lot of money. Now, you know, Dubai got some money.
A lot of it.
But it's one thing for you to feel like you got some money here. And that's how I felt when I came to Atlanta. I said, I got money here. And I've made more money than I ever made in my life in just in the years since I've been here. But I went to Dubai and I got that feeling. So when I came back home, I said, whoa. I said, well, I feel like I need to
sell all of this shit. Delete everything. Just sell everything in this motherfucker. That gotta go. That gotta go. That gotta go. Sell all of this shit. What it is, he went over there and realized, oh, there's some cute motherfuckers over here. There's some men over here. We okay. Yeah. He found him some lady boys. We in, willing to do something a little freaky. Okay. A little something strange. A little piece of change. We in. My. He said he went to Dubai and he felt the money. He felt inspired. He came home and he was ready to go back.
go sit in Dubai a little while. And bruh, I was trying to get properties in America. And you would think making a certain amount of money, you just give me.
I thought you had properties in America. You was trying to get them or you got them? You was trying to get properties or you own properties? That's two different things.
What's the problem? I make money. They wouldn't give me nothing. But I think it was about this.
Nothing from nothing leaves nothing. You gotta have something. My. Got 101 businesses and no real assets. It's crazy.
But when I went to Dubai, I got this apartment. I bought that one. Found another place. I said, I like that one too. Bought that. No problem.
Like that is how I went, huh? Maybe I should go to Dubai. I want this one. I want this. Is, you don't even got to choose. You can have them both. No problem. Why would you need two apartments in Dubai? Clearly, he plans on bringing his harem of men's with him to Dubai. Why would you need another second place? Who do you know in Dubai? Who do you know in Ghana? Like, why would you need two apartments?
Just able to buy. I seen this 5-bedroom villa that sits like on an island. But I said, I want that. Bought it. No problem. I said,
so he went to Ghana and in one day he owned he purchased 3 properties.
So if Dubai is opening up like this for me, this is a sign.
Dubai. Did he just switch between Dubai and Ghana? Hold on, bro. Where did he buy this shit at? Did he buy it in Dubai or did he buy it in Ghana? Because those are two different places.
And bruh, I was trying to get properties in America.
Mm-hmm.
And you would think making a certain amount of money, you just give me, what's the problem? I make money.
Just get there's something called credit. I mean, you got to work. There's requirements. You got to be employed for 2 years. You know what I'm saying? Have good credit and monies to put down. Like, what are you talking about? It's a process. Okay, we all go through it. It's called the American dream. Okay.
They wouldn't give me nothing. But I think it was by design.
Yeah.
When I went to Dubai, I got this apartment, I bought that one. Found another place. I said, I like that one too. Bought that. No problem.
Dubai. He said when he went to Dubai, mind you, we can't own in Dubai. And then I think he better say Ghana. Wait, hold on.
Just able to buy. Then I seen this 5-bedroom villa that sits like on an island. But I said, I want that. Bought it. No problem. I said, so if Dubai is opening up like this for me, this is a sign.
No, Ghana. So I mean Dubai. He said he bought these properties in Dubai.
Let me take my hind end over there to Dubai and sit. So what I do now, I split my time between America and Dubai.
Got it.
Yeah. So is it one shift, one rebrand after the next. As long as I stay plugged into the spirit, it look like that's going to be happening all my life.
No doubt.
Yeah.
I think this next rebrand is just necessary for our people.
Like this video, like this video. When the Fisher King Pain has all of the receipts when my. So, in that receipt, Larry explains that, he's gone to Dubai and he got all these properties in Dubai. Okay. When he got back from Dubai, he was like, delete all of this shit. He was ready to go back to Dubai and just sit in Dubai. He wants to live in Dubai. And apparently during his time there, he was inspired to build, to stay. To come to America, come back to America, get as much money as he can, and to go back to Dubai. My. The Fish King Pain has all of the receipts. Oh, the Exodus. Who remembers Larry Reid's video titled The Exodus? This is my Exodus. This is my Exodus. This is my Exodus. This is my Exodus. Deliver me. Yes, it did. Oh, like this video. Like this video here. My. Let me just make sure I got the right timestamp when. Yeah, here we go. Here we go. 1 second, bear with me. When I got all the receipts waiting for you. I done put it together, friend. Have no fear. Fisher King Pain is here. Like this video, and remember to support. Again, we got Cash App, Super Chat, Venmo, Zelle, Crypto, PayPal, however you want to done it. Gather in close. My. Ooh. And we're 3 trophies away from our quota. We're just 3 trophies away from our quota. Like this video, and remember to support. Hey, friend, I'm so glad that you can make it. Deliver me. Yeah. Deliver me. Oh, this is my Exodus. Yes, it did. Yes, it did. Like this video. Like this video. Remember to support. We got Cash Up, Super Chat, Memos there. Okay, I'm here. We're just 3 trophies away from our quota. Deliver me. Oh. Let me stop. Okay, everything being shown to you guys during this video is being shown to you guys according to the fair use and copyright doctrine. It's my opinion. Mixed with receipts. Take it out if you want to take it. Just don't be weird. Okay, Larry Reid has been telling us for some time exactly what he's been planning on doing when, okay, on period. I tend to prove that to you here on today. Yes, it did. Yes, it did. Like this video, gather in close. Larry Reid with his American survival strategy and exit plan. Don't call it a mass exodus. Hey, friend. My motherfucking friend in the motherfucking building. What are you doing over here? Yes, it did. Yes, it did. Man, what happened to your Instagram? What happened to your Instagram? My. What happened to your IG? That's crazy that you done found me on YouTube. Hey, friend, I'm so glad that you can make it weird. Yes, it is. We everywhere weird. Okay, what? I forgot where you located weird. I mean, I forgot where you located weird. Yes, it is. Y'all like this video? Like this video? Gather and close. You know, one of these days on my world tour, I'm gonna stop over there. Oop, Crush. I think I said your name right. I think I said it right. One of these days on my world tour, I'm gonna stop over there in India. India. Add it to the list. I don't want to. They don't. Just put it on the damn list. Shit, we gonna get there one day. Yeah, I forgot. I did forgot the exact location. I did forget the exact location where you're located when, okay. But how you deactivate it and how we gonna communicate if you deactivate it? My, do you got Discord? Somebody pick the link to my Discord. My, you don't need all of that. Like this video where I'll give you the link to the Discord since you're not on. I don't know how you deactivate it. It must be something going on. You gotta talk to me. Okay, so here's the link to my Discord so we can communicate on Discord. Just follow me on Discord. Okay. All right. So Larry Dingleberry Reid. Okay, on period. His survival, his exit strategy went okay on period. He's ready to leave America and go to Dubai. And I got all the receipts. Listen to this.
Anyway, if you can leave America, you need to be right now making your way out. If you can leave America and you have some opportunities elsewhere, take them and take all your dollars with you and get as much money as you possibly can in your account here.
Wait. What did he just say? Wait, what did he say? Oh, Fisher Keep you be on the money. Fisher Keep you be on the money when. Fisher Keep how the fuck did you find that? Damn, son, where'd you find it? Did Larry Reid just tell everybody to take out loans that they don't ever plan on paying back and to flee America? Listen to this.
People getting shot. It's young people shooting somebody. They're real quick with the gun. Anyway, if you can leave America, you need to be right now making your way out. If you can leave America and you have some opportunities elsewhere, take them and take all your dollars with you and get as much money as you possibly can in your account here. Am I telling you to take out loans that you ain't planning to pay back? I ain't saying do what Donald Trump and a whole lot of white friends I know did. But I am telling you that you need
So all of his friends have done it? He said all of his friends? I thought you weren't friends with Trump. I thought that's why you were leaving Bernard behind. Now you pro-Trump? These girls are so confusing.
If you can leave America, you need to be right now making your
fair use. Everything is being shown to you guys according to the fair use and copyright doctrine, research, educational purposes, entertainment purposes. We in this motherfucker lit over here. Like this video, and remember to support. We're just 3 trophies away from our quota. Like this video, hop out of the bushes and support. Where my trophies at? Gathering close. We got a lot of things to get into.
way out. If you can leave America and you have some opportunities elsewhere, take them and take all your dollars with you and get as much money as you possibly can in your account here. Am I telling you to take out loans that you ain't planning to pay back? I ain't said.
What was that? What was that? He said, I'm not telling you to take out loans that you're not planning on paying back.
Here. Am I telling you to take out loans that you ain't planning to pay back? I ain't saying.
Take out loans that you ain't planning on paying back. My, how ironic that a few months back he was telling the folk, right around the time when he got this payday loan, God bless him. Okay, right around the time he got this payday loan, that he wasn't planning on paying it back. And that this is a part of his exit plan, exit strategy. My. 6 months ago. 6 months ago, before he got the payday loan, he was already telling people on July 4th that this is what he's going to do. It's all the white folk fault, he said. My. What are your thoughts? Y'all let me know in the chat. Am I on to something? Am I just talking to myself? What's going on? Like this video, and remember to support. We are just 3 trophies away. Where my trophies at? My. If I gotta wait, I'll wait. If I gotta stop this whole live, I'll stop this whole live. Where my trophies at? Hop out of the bushes and remember to support us up in the stuck. You know how much situation. Let's go.
Said do what Donald Trump and a whole lot of white friends I know did. And so there's some stories coming up here. Am I telling you to take out loans that you ain't planning to pay back? I ain't said do what Donald Trump and a whole lot of white friends I know did. But I am telling you that you need to get your dollar that right now still got a little piece of value, but it's declining so quick, you guys. In the last 5 months, it's like, what? I remember $1 in Ghana would be 17 of theirs. But now my one is 10 of theirs, which makes everything, that window closing of having all this, ability to use so much money in other countries and live off of it so well. In certain areas, it's changing because the dollar's declining. So if you can get residency, if you can get citizenship, dual citizenship somewhere else, so you can open up a bank account there and get into their economy and get into their stock market, you need to take some of your dollars you hold in here, like 100,000 you holding over here in the bank account. It ain't even worth 100,000. If they would tell you the truth that when you put it in there, it was worth 100,000.
My. And coincidentally, the loan that he took out was for $100,000 and planned to pay $42,000 back on top of the $100,000 that he loaned. Almost $50,000 in interest. What are your thoughts? Y'all let me know in the chat. The official campaign has all other receipts. Y'all stay tuned.
Although your account's still saying 100,000, that dollar done lost its power. It's really not 100,000 no more. And you need to take it and put.
If been in Africa, you'd be like a cajillionaire with. Is that what that were?
Put it into an account in a different currency.
Oh,
so then
hey, Toy. Hey, Toy. Yes, so did you guys all follow Toy over there to support, feature, and support the show? I know that's right. When I've learned not to count trophies until they come in. When I've learned, not to, because a lot of people drop these trophies. When somebody dropped some trophies earlier, flooded the chat with trophies earlier. When green motherfucking trophy came up in this motherfucking win, I'm still looking for that trophy right now. I'm like, girl, did she send that trophy? Because I deserve. As hard as I've been over here, motherfucking working. Yes, it did. Yes, it did. I deserve. Yes, it did. Like this video, gather and close. Okay, y'all see this receipts win. Act like you know where you're at where. So home of the lituation, home of the receipts win. Okay, on period. And I can back it up. I can back it up. I can back up all these receipts with proof. Yes, it did. Yes, it did. We got all the proof. We got all the proof you need right here in the home of the lituation. Now look. Look. Everything being shown to you guys, according to the fair use and copyright doctrine. Take it however you want to take it. Just don't be weird now. Okay? Just don't be weird. We got new people. Yeah, we got new people. Yes, it did. We got a lot of new subscribers. Remember to subscribe. Turn all them notifications on. Remember to support with. Okay. Yes, the difference, the big difference between trophies and crowns. Okay, up here. We are the Crown family. This is Crown Family. Yes, it did. Please only drop crowns. Okay, on period. Unless you are supporting. Okay, if you support the platform, then you drop a trophy so that we can acknowledge you, shout you out, all of that cool stuff. Love on you like you're loving on us. But trophies are only for people who are supporting the platform in a monetary way. Yes, that's how we keep track of our quota. Okay, and everything that's going on. That was actually kind of smart, friend. Yes, it did. We do got a lot of new people. Yes, it did. Like this video, gather and close. We got a lot of things to get into. Let's get through these receipts so we can get to the lawsuit, huh?
And that a strong currency that's holding this value, so you're not losing your wealth. Mm-hmm. So this Saturn and Aries, Neptune and Aries, Saturn went into Aries
It ain't got nothing to do with the moons and the stars while you over there stealing, scamming and scheming, girl. My, she was about to get into the moons, the stars, and the skies, and what Jupiter said and what Saturn said. Bitch, we don't care. We don't care. We don't motherfucking care. That's crazy. Now that's crazy, and I can't believe people be supporting that shit. Y'all like this video, act like you know where you at. It's the Fish King Pain Show, and we got all of the receipts. So Larry Reid, went from saying that, he was unable to get any properties here in America on that interview to alleging that he's been selling off multiple properties, storage items, and other assets all across the U.S. to eliminate his ongoing maintenance burdens. Okay, alleging that he wants to travel without the scrutiny of bills, responsibilities. His kids are adults now. They've left the nest, and he, feels like it's time for him to downsize. Now, whether this was strategic or, personal mishap, mismanagement of funds is up for debate. What are your thoughts? Y'all let me know in the chat. So we just watched that clip. Okay, where's the next clip? Okay, so additionally, Larry Reid has shared his physical downsizing journey, losing weight from 242 pounds to around 180 pounds, maintaining in the 170s when consistent through a build your immune system, health and wellness plan, addressing his self described addiction to food. As early as 2026, he remains based in Atlanta but continues emphasizing transformation, rebranding his platform, and encouraging others to adapt to change without fear. Oh, we didn't went over that one already. Okay, so let's get into these other receipts. Okay. So, like I said, Bernard Jordan tried to told us when, and I got all the receipts. Okay, I got all the receipts. Let's just jump into the receipts because we need to have time to go over the lawsuit win. Okay, up here. Like this video, and remember to support. We're just 3 trophies away from our quota. Do we have any trophies in the chat? Do we have any trophies again in the chat? Like this video, like this video, like this video. Oh, Bishop Bernard Jordan and Manasseh Jordan tried to told us win. Yes, it did. They tried to told us win. They tried to told us win. Nobody wanted to listen though. But you don't hear me though. Nobody wanted to listen though. They tried to told us when. They tried to told us when. Larry ain't no good. Yes, it did. Don't you know no good, 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 good. They tried to told us he wasn't no good when he was broke. He's a liar. Okay. A deceiver. Yes, it did. Yes, it did. My. Oh, poor Joshua. I'm over here looking at the mugshot. Poor Josh. Lord. What a drastic change from when he was thrown out to now. Whew. Good Lord. You know, Marcellus blames Shamarco. We all blame Shamarco. I mean, after all, it is Shamarco's child. He said it's your child. And it really messed me up. How can you deny your own flesh and blood? Yeah. Gotta face reality. There can never be any more us. Yes, it did. Yes, it did. Like this video. Like this video. I'm trying to find the timestamp when I'm like, what is the timestamp? What is the timestamp? Okay, I'm here. Let me make sure I'm pulling from the right time stamp. Okay, I'm here. I thought he. Okay. I think that is the spot, if I'm not mistaken. Bear with me. Bear with me. Um. Okay. Yes. 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 Here's the spot right here. Like this video. Like this video. So again, the Jordans have been trying to tell us for some time about Larry, um, and his manipulative tactics when shout out to the St. James show once again. Um, Whenever you guys get a chance, make sure that you guys are checking out the St. James show right here on the YouTube. When Lord, like this video, like this video, like this video. It's not letting me speed it up. Hold on 1 second. Gathering close. Gathering close. We got a lot of things to get into. A lot of clicking going on today. Okay. All right. Again, everything being shown to you guys is being shown to you guys according to the fair use and copyright doctrine. Is my opinion. Mixed with receipts. Take it out if you want to take it. Don't be weird. Listen to this.
That's what was said. Okay. So he has had a vendetta against TD Jakes, and I think that's just pretty. He says, don't ever speak.
He asks him about the alleged money that Larry Reid is saying that was borrowed and is old, alleging that Manasseh got paid by TD Jakes and never gave him his cut. Manasseh alleges that Larry Reid called him up out of nowhere asking to borrow some money. He asked Larry, well, what are your assets? What type of assets do you have? Like, how are you going to pay me back? And feeling as though Larry could not pay him back, being that he has no assets, he said, I'm going to give you this money as a friend. And according to Manasseh, he gave him $100,000. So he got $100,000 from Manasseh, $300,000 from his father, and $100,000 loan. That's $500,000. That's $500,000 right there alone. And Manasseh alleges that he gave him probably another $400,000. That's almost $1 million. What are your thoughts? Y'all let me know in the chat.
About him bad, because you're being blessed because you still honor him, even though you might disagree or whatever. So that's not my MO. That's not how I act. And I really believe that's why God has blessed me and sustained me and has blessed me. I think you said that Larry's mentioned something about money with me or something. What was that?
Well, I want to know why the Jordans used Larry to shake down TD Jakes.
Okay, so
that's what was said.
Okay, so he has had a vendetta against TD Jakes, and I think that's pretty clear. Everybody can tell he's had a vendetta against TD Jakes.
What about you? Did you tell Larry that TD Jakes did these things to you? Or did he make that up out of thin air? What are your thoughts? Y'all let me know in the chat. Right now, we're looking for 3 more people to drop some trophies in the chat. Do we have any trophies in the building? Any trophies in the building? Remember to hop out of the bushes and support this video. We can't do it without you. We can't do it without you. Like this video, and remember to support us up in the stuck. Let's go.
I don't know what TD Jakes has done for him. I don't. Huh?
Before he even met the Jordans.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, he has had a vendetta against TD Jakes. I don't know what it was. I don't think TD Jakes knows him personally. He's just had a vendetta against this man. I never went on his platform talking about TD Jakes. I shared my own personal thing on my own platform because I shared what I needed to share. Right. He took it, ran with it, and that's fine. But what I'm trying to say is that I didn't go on his platform. I didn't get interviewed with him about that. So all of that type of stuff. I mean, you're grasping at straws. And if I wanted to go on a platform, there were a lot larger platforms that were reaching out to me. To be honest with you, and I mean, I don't need to go through that. But I mean, I'm talking about way larger platforms.
Yeah.
So that being said, I don't know why he said that, but I think he said something. He at the time he did ask me. He asked me if he can get money from me.
Well, he said that because.
Yeah, he said that you owed him the money because you and him had worked together to get that money from off of TD Jakes, and when the money came, and the check cleared, you forgot all about Larry. That's what's been alleged. My. What are your thoughts? Y'all let me know in the chat. Like this video where? My.
After you got some so-called settlement from Jake, didn't you offer money or something like that? Or
Okay. So he called me on the phone and he was begging for money. He asked me for $200,000 because he was in a situation, which is fine. You know what I mean? We all get into financial situations.
You got $1.2 million, and he asked for $200,000. He wanted his cut. Did you catch that? Did you catch that? You got $1.2 million from TD Jakes allegedly, and Larry called you and asked for $200,000. Why do you think he asked for $200,000? Because that was the excess of the $1 million. You keep the $1 million and give me the $200,000. We did that, you know. But instead, you got greedy and you kept it all. It's not hard to believe. What are your thoughts? Y'all let me know in the chat. I mean, if Manasseh and TD Jakes did settle behind the scenes, he couldn't tell us anyway, because that would be a breach of the settlement agreement and would ultimately cost him more money than he, were to gain. What are your thoughts? Y'all let me know in the chat. Like this video. Remember to support. We're looking for 3 more people to hop out of the bushes. Okay, on period, and support this video. We have quotas to meet Crown Family. Let's go. Let's go. Security! Lock the door. Lock the door. Yeah, we all gonna leave together when we hit our quota. Period. Clock that.
And the way how I was raised is I don't ever want to loan you money, because if I loan you money, you become indebted to me. Right. And so you become no different than a slave with a wage. So, and it changes the nature of the friendship. So what I said to him was, he asked me for $200,000. He sent out a long text message. I think I have the text message. He asked me for $200,000. This had nothing to do with nothing. He asked me for $200,000. I told Larry a while ago, and I think he did share this also publicly. I told Larry a long time ago, I said, you need to invest your money. I said, because you have no assets. Ooh. We got into a discussion about that. I says, you have no assets. I says, you need to learn how to layer your money. Ooh. And so we had a discussion about that. And he says, layer your money. I says, yes. I said, the first thing that you do is insurance. After you do insurance, you use the cash value of your insurance, and then you buy real estate. After you do real estate, you take the money out of the real estate, and then you buy stocks. After you do stocks, then you go into commodities. After you go into commodities, then you go into, and I gave him a 5-layer step of wealth building. Right. Okay? And I said to him, I said, Larry, I'm younger than you, but I'm like your big younger brother. I said, I've had money a lot longer than you. Okay, this is not new. This is not new to me. So I told him that, and I told him to do real estate. Whatever way he got into it that he never got into it because Bishop told him not to, and then he made another comment. He told me to buy cars. He told me to buy Rolls Royces. No one forced Larry to buy a Rolls Royce.
Because he is blaming a lot of the money that he squandered on you guys. Like you made him go get airplane time on private jets. You made him get the Bentleys and stuff, Jury.
Let me just say something about that, if I may. You can't.
So pretty much Larry's blaming the Jordans for his bad financial decisions. I mean, after all, they're his mentors. They were supposed to be, well, I mean, Bernard was supposed to be, making sure that he was making smart financial decisions. What are your thoughts? Who's to blame here?
I can't find a picture with Larry on a private jet. He's afraid of flying private. So, because I tried a couple times.
He hasn't used it yet, but you told him to buy it.
Well, if he hasn't used it yet, it's worth more now than it was worth then. He should sell it.
Yeah, because he needs money right now anyway. Yeah.
He should sell it. He can get his place.
He needs the money right now. Why is that? Yeah, was he to hold his hand? Absolutely. Like, I don't know. I don't know what this whole. I mean, bitch, if I'm giving you $3 million to be my, you better do something. I don't know how this whole mentee mentor shit works and what, you know. I ain't never done no shit like that. And shit, I doubt that I would ever, if I have to pay my mentor $50,000 just to fall further into debt. Like, make it make sense. Like this video, like this video, like this video. Remember to support. We got Cash App, Super Chat, Venmo, Zelle, Crypto. However you want to done it, win. I can't believe we're still looking for trophies to hop out of the bushes. Win. We got quotas to meet Crown Family. We got quotas to meet Crown Family. Let me see those trophies in the chat. Let me see those trophies in the chat. It's up and it's stuck. Act like you know where we're at. Let's get it. Let's get it. We got all these receipts. Win.
In fact, there'll be people that would buy that time from him right away. I don't even know anything about that. I don't even. I don't know where he purchased it at because I can't even find the conversation where I told him to get that. But Larry's his own person.
Yeah, he's grown.
If I could have controlled Larry, the word ancestor would have never come out of his mouth.
Ooh.
If I controlled Larry, he would still be in his house.
Ooh.
If I was able to control Larry, he would have still had the vehicles that he chose to have.
Right.
Ask me why.
Why?
Because Larry only learned from me how to get money, but he never learned how to sustain it.
Ooh.
See, you got to begin to understand.
Larry only learned from me how to get money. He never learned how to sustain it. Did Larry really learn from you how to get money if he's taking out all these payday loans? In what way did you show Larry how to get money? And why is he not doing so today?
Mentorship, there is a process. And sometimes people get the candy and think they got the prize, not understanding that is a process in the journey. So when the woman with the oil began to multiply the oil, she went to the prophet. And the prophet told her to go take it and sell it.
Yeah.
You get the oil, you don't disconnect from the process. You stay with the process because now the next step comes, what do I do with this?
Yes.
Right.
Go pay your debt and sell the rest, right? So with this, I said to Larry, you should not be getting into real estate right now.
You should not be getting into real estate right now. What was Larry trying to do? He was trying to buy properties in Dubai. How is he planning to do that? Well, he called his mentor and asked him for $300,000. He called the Jordans and asked for a loan. My. Like this video, Trophies? Where my trophies? Where my trophies at? My. Here, let me get a girl, some time to, what I'm saying, to support.
Matter of fact, man, that
At all.
real estate with abroad, we lost $250,000 with in a jet deal. And this is legal document.
So he's saying that he told Larry that it was a bad idea to invest his money abroad because he lost $250,000 when they invested their money abroad. So, being his mentor, he's advising him to learn from his mistake. But, he can't force Larry to do anything. As a mentor, he can tell him, he can say, hey, this is what we tried that, we did that, and this is, what we've learned. But it's up to Larry to take heed to their advice, and they're telling him that, this is not a good idea. Don't take this money to Dubai, invest it here in America. But, Larry didn't want to listen.
We won the case, but we can't find the man that he introduced us to. I said, Larry, please do not do the thing in Dubai. Be very careful.
What he said, Larry, please do not do the thing in Dubai. Do not do the thing in Dubai. Why did they fall out? Because Larry wanted to do the thing in Dubai. His stomach, his gut, God is telling him to move to Dubai, sell everything and go to Dubai. His mentor is saying, Larry, please don't do that. It's not smart. At that moment, what Archbishop Bernard was telling Larry did not align with what Larry felt like was coming from God. Larry wants to move to Dubai. Larry's in so much debt that he feels like the best thing, his best option is to flee, like he's done so many times in the past. Bernard Jordan, his mentor, is saying, don't flee, don't run. I'm going to give you this money to help you pay off your debt. Bernard Jordan did not give Larry the $300,000 to invest in properties in Dubai, but he gave him the $300 to pay off his debt. Larry Reid did none of the above. Like this video, gathering close. We got all the receipts waiting for you. Yes, it did. Where my trophies at? When we get another trophy in here, I can't back up. Yes, it did. This is a business win, okay, on period. Yes, it did.
You can lose your money. We've lost money. When my wife saw the couple at Larry Reid's event, she hugged them. I mean, she was just jumping. She was hugging. Oh, how you doing? She goes,
so the people that scammed them out of a $250,000, they seen them later in life at Larry Reid's event. They were Larry's friends. I think pastors thinking that Larry sent these people to scam them out of $250,000. What are your thoughts? Y'all let me know in the chat.
I said, that's the couple that caused us to lose the $250,000. And I said, here they are. And she, oh my God. Well, she avoided them the rest of the conference.
I bet you did.
Not
So you didn't. So
But
just in case you wanted to have some words.
Yeah, but I've heard, Dad. I heard him say, because I think I didn't know what Dad said to Larry. That was a different conversation. But I know when he was around me, and we got into, we would get into these little, I'm very funny, so we would tease each other.
You are.
And Larry said something to me one time, and I said to him, I said, "You have no assets." I said, "You literally have no assets." And so I took him to a property, one of my properties. It was a building, and I said, "Ask me any question," and I said, "I'll share with you so you can learn, how to do this thing." From my understanding, he shared that I don't put nothing in my name or something.
Yeah,
like
that
that
was another thing. Because of what you went through before, you don't put anything in your name.
Okay. Most people, when you're buying buildings and you're in real estate, you don't put it in your name for liability issues.
When I look up in our database to look for homes, you go into owner, and it's usually a company name or a business name. It's not
right. But you can tell because he's not educated in that type of stuff. He's not aware of that. So no, you don't put things in your name. And I think if I'm not mistaken, I think he has a bankruptcy. He's had some other financial stuff that's probably public, public information.
Public,
public. I think he had a bankruptcy and some different types of stuff. I never had a bankruptcy. So.
Okay. Now, if you pay attention to this next part, again, the Jordans have known about Larry's defaulted loans for some time, just like they knew about all of the accusers and did nothing. Mama, even the Bible says, give to Caesar what belongs to Caesar. So Larry out here defaulting on all of these loans. Larry loans all of these people all this money. And instead of encouraging Larry to pay these people back, you are aiding and abetting his fraudulent behavior. What are your thoughts? Y'all let me know in the chat.
Him saying that, I thought it was great that he said that, and that's great information. And people that are watching, you don't put stuff in your name because it becomes a liability, so that if someone falls on the property, if someone trips or falls, now all of a sudden you're attached to it and you're connected to that. So I told him, I said, Larry, if you do this, do not put stuff in your name because it becomes.
Larry, if you do what? If you buy property in Dubai, don't put it in your name. Who name you supposed to put it in?
And a liability issue. I spoke to him about different type of trust we use. I spoke to him about irrevocable trust. I spoke to him about all of this type of stuff because you become a target. When you are a public figure, you are a target. Now, to say that I get sued, everybody gets sued. I mean, anyone who's successful gets sued. I remember the first time I got sued, and I at that time I was talking to my dad, and I think I brought it up to maybe Benny Hinn or something, and he laughed. He says, join the club. We always.
I know that's right. He said anybody accessible gets sued. Showing the fuck right. I can't. Suing every motherfucking body. Anybody who motherfucking accessible. Okay? Because you talking about money, 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 money. Money. Money, 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 money. Like this video, and remember to support. Somebody save me from this YouTube jail. Okay, on period, and I'll send a trophy in here. You guys see, like this video, up in the stuck. Let's go. Got all of these receipts, yo. Waiting for you.
No, and it was so much like nonchalant, like like nonchalant. And I think Paul Crouch was there at the time. He's the owner of TBN. He was alive, and I mentioned it to him, and he was like, "Oh yeah, that's normal. Yeah, that's it comes to the territory." So I mean,
and all you handled the situation, and you're on the other side of it now.
Yeah. But people can sue you for anything. People can sue you for looking at them weird. I mean.
Yeah.
So
why are we talking about lawsuits? Do you know something that I don't know? Do they know something that we don't know? Why is they talking about lawsuits?
The point about that was, but in terms of the money thing, and then from my understanding, he said that I gave a certain amount of money. How much money did he say I gave him?
He said you only gave him 30,000, I believe, of the 100,000 that you promised.
Okay, I gave him more than that, and I can show you the receipts of that because he's lying. So I did give him more of that. He was whining and complaining about Lovey. I don't know why Lovey owes him money. I don't know nothing about that.
Well, he said he asked Lovey for money. He asked you for money. He had Master Prophet for money. And the only person he said pretty much should have just gave it to him was Master Prophet. But you guys turned him down. Lovey and you,
So when you usually ask someone for money, you usually have an asset to show to cover that. Okay, I have gotten into I understand getting into a cash flow situation, but I want to also go on how he got into the situation, which was very alarming, which I think needs to be shared since he wants to bring this out. Is he was taking what we call it poor people loan, poor man
payday loan or something like that.
Back then when this came out, Larry was, he adamantly denied the allegation, but today we have the receipts in-house. NASA was not lying on Larry. The Jordans were not lying on Larry. Larry has defaulted on the alleged payday loan and is now being sued. And the Jordans have known all along. Allegedly even loaned them the money to pay it off, and Larry still defaulted on the loan. Is Larry doing like he said and collecting as much money as he can and, heading out of America? Or is he, in so much debt that, the money's coming in and going right out? What are your thoughts? Y'all let me know it in the chat.
Payday loan, and it's actually illegal. There's a lot of stuff in a lot of states that are making this illegal to take out. So what he was doing, I don't know how he got into this. These are, and I'm very familiar with these type of loans because in real estate we're always dealing with loans and we're always looking at interest rates and all this other type of stuff. He got into some crazy loan where they were charging like 20% a day or something, something that was crazy, and he was using the money to live off of it. And it was very when he said this to me, I never forget. I was in my car, and I told the driver to pull over because I couldn't believe what I was hearing. Because anyone who is educated knows you don't.
He is so dramatic. I was in my car, and I told, "Bitch, you're not even driving. Why would you tell the driver to pull over?" Like this video, and remember to support. Again, we got Cash App, Super Chat, Venmo, Zelle, Crypto, PayPal, however you want to done it. Gather and close with 3 trophies away. Let's get it.
take a payday loan.
You don't.
Those are one of the worst loans that you take. So I went back on the phone with Larry and I said, Larry, I told you to layer your money. Do you have an insurance policy? That's layer one.
Right.
Do you have an asset? That's layer two. Do you have a stock portfolio, blue chip stocks? That's layer three. You know, the fifth, your last investment is when you get into speculative investments, which would be like crypto and stuff.
Yeah.
So, I would have these discussions with him because, we don't, I know Larry's saying everyone's numbers is done. The Jordans, we don't do ministry for money. We don't have to do ministry. We do it because we love ministering to God's people. I can retire now. Dad can retire. Mom can retire. We do this because we love to do ministry. This is not this is not a come up for us. This is not a come up for us. So, he was taking.
Hey, CC. Hey, friend. Like this video. Gather in close.
Payday loans. And then from my understanding, he's still taking payday loans and still taking these loans.
And check out my music. My music is right on my channel. Check out my single, Pray. Yes, it did. Right here on YouTube. Let's get it.
Now, which I understand when you're not educated about finances, this is the type of behavior that people do. So my concern was the reason why I didn't give him the full 200,000 was because I didn't hear a clear plan on how he was going to get out of the situation. Right. And if your plan to get out of the situation is to ask God's people for donations, then that's manipulative. That's master manipulativeness. Because I don't believe that you should be raising money over your personal financial disposition. And so that's an issue. Now, I'm going to share something. I got into a situation, and it was more so of a cash.
So you saying he misappropriating the Lord's funds? And I hope.
Thing because we were building, I think like a $7 million building. And
do we have any trophies in the chat? Trophies. Where my trophies at? Yes, it is. Where my trophies at? Like this video. Remember to support this video. Where my trophies at? Gather in close. The number of the day is 11. We're 3 trophies away from our quota. Where my trophies at? Gather in close.
I went to my dad, and I'll share this. And I needed I think it was about maybe like 280,000 for the builders. And when I asked my dad that, I showed him the plans. I showed him all this stuff. And then I also said to Dad, I said, Dad, I have an asset I can put on the line just in case there is an issue. I have an asset. And my dad says, no, I don't need that. But he knew that I had it because I showed
you had it. Yeah.
Because, that's how you normally do stuff so that the person lending you the money feels protective. I don't think Larry understands that. That's the way how business works. If you're going to ask for a loan, you show something and you show that. From my understanding, he's still taking payday loans. This is what has gotten back to me. And so for him to bring that up, yes, I did give him money. And there's another thing where it's just like, you're ungrateful. I mean, Dad gave you 300,000. Whether you want to compare it to you giving 3 million, you gave 3 million for the work of the Lord.
What does that have to do? That $3 million?
Yeah, I mean, what does that have to do with anything? He gave you the loan, and then I gave you more than $30,000. What's the issue? I never went on your platform talking about Jakes. I said stuff on my own platform.
Right.
So
yeah, you said stuff on your own platform. Yes. Yeah. So you did make allegations as well. Okay. And you did say that you were going to sue. Okay. We never got a lawsuit, and then everything just kind of went away. Larry said that, your silence was bought and paid for, and he wants his cut. My. What are your thoughts? Y'all let me know in the chat. Does Manasseh owe Larry Reid some money? Did TD Jakes pay him? What are your thoughts? Y'all let me know in the chat.
I mean, that's just bizarre. It's weird. And I think that we need to, and maybe we need to do a program where we talk about financial literacy.
Yeah.
Because, all of this type of stuff. And then from my understanding, he was trying to get people to invest in Dubai. What if they do a sanction?
Yeah.
That's real estate 101. You need to be at least 40 minutes to an hour away from your property.
That is correct.
That's real estate 101.
Mm-hmm. That is correct.
Principles that we've taught St. James. And so therefore,
My. What are your thoughts? Y'all let me know in the chat. My. Oh, I'm trying to figure out how much time we got here when. Like this video. Remember to support when. Oh, I gotta start pulling out the big receipts. Oh, we don't have time to go through them all. I'm gonna have to do a second part of this video. I don't know. I don't know when. I need everybody hopping out of the bushes and liking this video right now. I need everybody hop out of the bushes and like this video right now. Like this video, like this video, like this video. What's up and stuck here in the home of the situation? Act like you know where you at. We don't got a lot of time. We don't got a lot of time. I need you guys to like this video and support this video. Support, support, support. Win. The number of the day is 11. Do we have any trophies in the chat? Win. My. My. Oh, I gotta cut the whole front half of this video. I do, cause it was all kind of shit going on. I don't need nobody making it up on my time. I really don't. I really don't win. Like this video, like this video. Remember to support when we're looking for our trophies. We're looking for our trophies. We're looking for the crown family win. I've been looking for everybody all day. It's crazy. This is crazy. Yes, it is. It's my number. Call me, baby. Like this video. Like this video. His followers were not that smart. Remember when they came online and Lisa called them the short bus? Lord, let's get into the facts of this lawsuit win. I think tomorrow we'll go over the facts. We'll go over the complaint in its entirety, and we'll go over the contract as well as some other receipts that we didn't get to go over today. Okay? Unless you got a trophy. Unless you want to stay. My. Like this video, like this video. And remember, the more you support, the longer we stay. So let's get into these receipts. Okay. On or about September 19th, 2025. Oh, turn this music off. DJ, can you cut the music? Yes, it did. On or about September 19th, 2025, plaintiff and business defendants entered into a purchase and sale of future receivables agreement, hereinafter referred to as the agreement. And tomorrow we'll also get into what a future receivables agreement is in more detail. Okay, just note right now that it's a really bad loan. Okay, Larry had to be really desperate to enter into this agreement, whereby plaintiff agreed to purchase certain rights to business defendants' future account receivable having a face value of $142,000 with an agreed upon purchase price of $100,000. So pretty much they're going to give Larry Reid $100,000 in exchange for $142,000, which is terrible. He's paying nearly 50% on the dollar. Nearly half on the dollar. My. A copy of the agreement is annexed here too as Exhibit A. Pursuant to the aforesaid agreement, business defendants agreed to have one bank account approved by plaintiff, hereinafter referred to as the bank account, from which business defendants authorized plaintiff to debit 9% of its weekly revenue until purchase amounts receivable $142,000 was paid in full. Okay, so for the girls in the back, Larry pretty much gave them access to one of his bank accounts and authorized them to take out 9% of his weekly revenue weekly until they were paid off. Okay, again, they gave him $100,000 and they weren't expecting him to give them back $142,000, approximately 39%. Yes, it did. Like this video. Like this video. We got a lot of things to get into. The Fish King Paint has of the receipts. Act like you know where you at. Act like you know where, yeah, I'd win. My. And approximately, it was about $4,000 a week. He agreed to give them about $4,000 a week until, they were paid in full. Okay. In addition, individual defendant agreed to guarantee any and all amounts owed to plaintiff from business defendants upon a breach in performance by business defendants. So, upon any breach in contract, when um, Larry Reid agreed, to pay, you know, this amount in full. Plaintiff remitted the purchase price for the future receivables to business defendant, as was agreed upon, and therefore fully complied with its obligations and duties under the agreement. Initially, business defendants met its obligations under the agreement. On or about December 1st, 2025, business defendant stopped making its payments to plaintiff and otherwise breached the agreement by intentionally impeding and preventing plaintiff from making the agreed upon ACH withdrawals from the bank account while conducting regular business operations and still in receipt of accounts receivable. This constitutes as a default under the agreement. So he breached the contract on December 1st when he stopped making payments. Somehow he stopped them from, making withdrawals from his bank while still being in, full operation of his business, conducting regular scheduled business as normal. Um, he scammed them. He scammed them and breached the contract. However, breaching this contract has many consequences that Larry probably didn't fully understand when signing. Okay. Knowing Larry, he probably didn't even read the contract. Business defendants made payments totaling $29,894.72. So after they gave him $100,000, Larry paid approximately $30,000, leaving a balance of $112,105.28. Additionally, pursuant to the agreement, business defendant incurred a default fee in the amount of $5,000. So because he defaulted, they added an additional $5,000 to his balance and a blocked fee in the amount of $2,500 in connection with the agreement. So because he blocked them and defaulted, they added an additional $7,500 to the amount owed. Oh, it doesn't stop there. Like this video, gather in close. Pursuant to the agreement, the aforesaid fees have to be applied to business defendant's outstanding balance in the event business defendant altered or stopped depositing receivables into the bank account. So what they're alleging is that, Larry didn't stop the he didn't close the account. He didn't shut the bank account down. He didn't contact the bank and say, hey, stop allowing them to take money. Larry simply stopped putting money in the account. The account is empty. The account dry. Ain't no money in the account. He broke. Well, at least in that one account that he gave them access to. The combined sum of the balance due to plaintiff and fees provide for a total balance of $119,605.28 due and owing to the plaintiff. Pursuant to the terms of the agreement, defendant further owe plaintiff a total of $28,026.32, representing reasonable attorney fees, or 25% incurred in the collection of the underlying balance. By reason and foregoing, the plaintiff has been damage in the sum of $119,605.28, together with attorney fees, $28,026.32, resulting in a sum total of $147,631.60. He owes them more than he was even contractually, given, than he would have paid had he just made his payments. And it's only going to get worse. Despite due demand, business defendants have failed to pay the amount due and owing by business defendants to plaintiff under the agreement. Additionally, individual defendant is responsible for all amounts incurred as a result of any default by business defendants. There remains a total balance due and owing to plaintiff on the agreement in the amount of $147,631.60, with interest there on from December 1st, 2025, plus costs and disbursements. And they don't play. This still just January. It ain't even been no month. It ain't been no full month. Well, I mean, yeah, I guess from December 1st to January 1st, but it ain't been no full quarter. Okay. And they've already filed a lawsuit. My, for breach of contract. My, breach of personal guarantee. My, and attorney fees. The personal guarantee was him giving them access to the account, and then now they can't, withdraw any funds. Now they can't withdraw any funds. So we said, my God, today. What's the collateral win? The collateral was, I'm assuming all of the businesses, all of the we'll get into it more on tomorrow, unless you want to stay. Unless you want to stay. My, we've been live almost 5 hours, and I do have to make it edit to this video, so we cannot stay longer than 5 hours. Okay, I'm here because YouTube will not allow you to edit the video after 5 hours, and I'll be forced to take the video down in its entirety, and we don't want that. Okay, on period. So yeah, I gotta go back and edit the beginning of this video and take out some of those and take out the whole part with the redacted document, with the unredacted document. Yes, it did. Like this video, when okay, period. I'd like to give a special shout out to all those who supported the live on tonight. You guys are amazing. And the backbone of the platform. Shout out to all the trophies tonight. You guys show a lot of love in the chat for our trophies. Oh wait, now y'all acting weird. Now y'all being weird. Let's show a lot of love in the chat right now for all of our trophies. Everyone that supported on tonight, know that we can't do without your support. You guys are amazing. I just want to thank you so much for all that you do here in the home of the Lituation. My. Was I bit by something? I don't know what that is. Like this video. Yes, you did. I appreciate you all from the bottom of my heart, Win. Thank you all for coming out today, supporting this video, interacting with this video, liking this video, sharing this video, Win. However you supported the platform on today, you guys are amazing. You are the real MVPs, Win. I love you all. Okay, on period. We'll be back later with more exclusive content only here in the home of the Lituation. Until next time, I gotta go. Where I love you all. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you all very soon. Boom.